Right side. They are going to wave him around. The throw to the plate off the mark, and he's going to be out at home. Good throw by Martin out there in right field.
Yeah, Martin with the throw. A better play by Jackson behind the dish to go get the ball and then lunge to the plate and have Jack Caglione slide right into the glove. Waka had retired 8 in a row before Lee smacked the first pitch in the home half of the sixth into the seats and right to tie it. Cody Clemens and Josh Bell delivered back-to-back doubles to give the Twins the lead. Orlando Arcia hit a sinking liner to right. Caglione dove but could not haul it in. Then his throw into the infield skipped past everybody, went into foul territory on the third base side, so Bell was able to score for a 4-2 lead. Arcia advancing to second on the air, and that was big because Waka then uncorked 2 wild pitches during Austin Martin's at-bat. Arcia scored. All of a sudden, Twins are up 5-2. Zebby went 7, benefited from Martin again, throwing another guy out at home. Austin, the first Twins outfielder to nail 2 guys at the plate in a game since Oswaldo Arcia on May 30th of 2014 at Yankee Stadium. KC did get a run off of Travis Adams in the 9th, but he retired Kyle Isbell as the tying run, 5-3 the final, Matthews the win, Waka the loss, Adams the save, his second. So the Twins even up the series, and they're going to try to do something now for the first time since May 23rd and 24th of last season, and that's win 2 in a row against the Royals. For more on Game 3 of this set, we're at the park thanks to Treasure Island Resort Casino, and I'm joined in the booth now by Chris Atterbury and Dan Gladden. And Chris, story of the day, Royce Lewis is back. Now, he normally always makes a splash in those returns. Those are normally after he's been injured and needs to get on a rehab assignment. I just want to see the at-bats look more comfortable.
Well, and apparently that's the type of at-bats he's been having in St. Paul, and that's why he's back. And he's not back because of some scholarship program. He's back because he hit his way back in 13 games, hitting .340, 4 doubles, 8 home runs, 12 runs scored, 19 runs batted in. He's played a little second, a little first. He'll be at second today. We saw him taking balls out there earlier. But I'm with you. I'm looking for the at-bats. And, Danny, I'm looking for him to punish fastballs because that's the one thing he wasn't doing when he had to go down.
Well, I think that you're looking for him to have the quality at bats. What got him sent down was performance on the field. What got him up here was his performance down there. So it's simple. And, the odd man out, Outman, was DFA'd today here. So there's a guy that was not performing well, and he gets his locker taken away.
And as a player, that's something you can relate to, right? Is that, hey, if I play and I perform, I'm going to get to play, and if I don't, there's going to be accountability.
But it's different for a Royce Lewis who was an everyday player. James Outman was a utility player. Those are the tough at-bats to get and to stay fresh. When you do get opportunities, you try to take advantage of them.
Yeah, and he's getting an opportunity to be back. He's getting an opportunity at second. He's going to get a lot of opportunities at different spots around the infield, as we're going to hear about later on in the show. All right, thank you very much, you guys. We've been at the park thanks to Treasure Island Resort and Casino, the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Twins. Enjoy exclusive benefits and promotions as an Island Passport Club member. Visit TICasino.com for details. Royce Lewis, again, option to St. Paul on May 19th. He's back. Manager Derek Shelton discusses why it was time for Royce to return to his squad.
Well, I think the first thing is he went down, he worked hard, and that's the most important thing. Whether it's Royce Lewis or any player that goes down to the minor leagues, the first thing you're looking for is how they handle it, what their attitude is. And then the second thing is you build off that and what the performance is. He's performed in St. Paul. And, I think the one thing that Twins fans are fortunate is it's right across the river, so they have an idea. He's done a really good job. We thought it was the time to get him back up there. We've talked about the positional versatility. He's not just going to play third base anymore. He's going to play third. He's going to play second. He played first the last 2 nights in St. Paul and will probably play first for us here. But today was a day that Keisha was getting off regardless with the stretch we're at. We felt Royce fit back in, but overall was pleased with how he prepared and performed in St. Paul.
Yeah, Royce and the rest of the team, very spirited infield work here earlier today at Target Field. Royce over there on that right side of the diamond. Later on, Royce is going to tell us if he thought he would be back in the majors so soon after going down for this reset. We're also going to have a heartfelt conversation with Austin Martin in our More Than a Jersey. But after this break, more from the manager, including an update on Byron Buxton here on your home for Twins baseball.
It's time for a Twins player profile.
Hi, this is James Outman. What is your biggest irrational fear? mountain lions. They're scary. What is your go-to cheat meal? Trader Joe's got these ice cream sandwiches that are like chocolate chip cookie, vanilla ice cream sandwich. Every time I see it, I think to myself, like, shoot, those are going to be gone soon. What game show do you think you can win and why? I don't know if I could win, but I think I might be able to get decently far in Survivor. I feel like I would be an asset in the team phase. I might become a target once the individual phase comes up, but as long as I keep winning competitions, I think I have a solid chance to win. Would you rather sit in the window or the aisle seat? Personally, I'd rather sit in the aisle seat so I can stretch out one leg. Windows are cool, but I always feel like a bad guy. I ask some people to get up so I can use the bathroom. This has been James Alvin. Thanks for listening.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Planning your next group event? Groups of 20 or more can save as much as 20% on tickets with the Twins. For more information, go to twins.com/groups.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fan favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back to the Treasure Island Baseball Network, where we are working our way towards Game 3 with KC, and this series versus the Royals is brought to you by Royal Credit Union, where people matter and financial well-being comes first. Learn more at rcu.org. Royce Lewis is back, the Twins asking him and a lot of their players to learn and play multiple positions. That is where Chris started his pregame chat with the skipper.
We're here with Derek Shelton. Twins taking on the Royals. Should be an absolutely delightful day for baseball in downtown Minneapolis. The big roster move. Royce comes back. He's going to play at second. Are you excited to have the opportunity to look at a matchup with your staff and say, okay, here's how we best deploy these guys who are all versatile on a given day to best suit the team?
100%. I think we have one guy on our team that plays one position, and that's Byron. Other than that, you have to have the positional flexibility. I mean, we're sitting here in my office, and Molly's sitting here as a Hall of Famer, and we talked about the multiple positions that he played. And we're talking about one of the best hitters of our generation, and he played 4 positions, 5 positions. Positional versatility is extremely important for a manager because it gives you the option to do different things, and I think that's one of the things we're trying to build here.
You mentioned Byron. He made a remarkable catch, no surprise, and it was the right shoulder, which he'd already been working on. Not going to play today, but how's he feeling? Have you had a chance to talk to him today?
I talked to him this morning. He was in good spirits, and I think that's the first thing, is anytime a player walks in, they're in good spirits. He's a little bit sore. He ran into it pretty hard. I mean, I think if you watch the replay, he went to feel it, and as good of awareness as he has of the wall, I think he was just going so dang fast that he didn't realize that he was that close, and he hit it pretty good, and it stunned him. So, hopefully, tomorrow we'll see where we're at, and then we have the off day. But overall, to see the spirits he came in and where he was at, he was in a good spot.
And Joe Ryan gets to throw today. He's career-wise been really good against this Royals team. They got him a little bit earlier this year. He's been throwing the ball, though, really, really well, looking for length. They got him a little bit earlier this year. He's been throwing the ball, though, really, really well, looking for length again from Joe today with the state of the bullpen as we are, day 16 now?
Day 16. I mean, Zebby picked us up big time yesterday with the start he had and the fact that, we only had to use Bonda and Adams to finish it, but Joe has thrown the ball well. I mean, the Kansas City start is probably, the start that he would want back this year, so looking for him to go out and get a little bit of redemption.
All right, little Joe Ryan experience in the afternoon sunshine. That's Derek Shelton. We'll send it back to the studio.
Yeah, hope Joe and the Twins can make today a Sweet 16 in this stretch of 17 in a row and even their mark at 8-8 in this stretch. Thanks to Chris and Shelty. Coming up on the Menards pregame lineup card, a man who touched Austin Martin's life, who Austin was able to honor this past week. That's here on your home for Twins baseball.
There are no sure things in baseball, except at Target Field, where every Sunday is Kids Day. Half-price meals, games in Bullseye's backyard, free ice cream, face painting, popcorn munching, kids watching their heroes run the bases, and then after the game, they get to run them too. So correction, there is one sure thing in baseball. You always leave with a W on Kids Day. Because this is Target Field. There's no place like here. Twins.com/tickets.
Hey, Twins fans, Corey Provis here. For a truck with strength and dependability right off the bat, trust Chevy Silverado. This legendary pickup continues to fuel the American spirit through innovation and the unstoppable drive to move forward. When it comes to full-size capability, technology, and value, Silverado steps up and delivers every time. Your select Heartland Chevy dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota Twins baseball. Find current offers at a dealer near you at ChevyDealOnline.com.
Hey Twins fans, Manager Derek Shelton here. I proudly support the Salvation Army because we provide food, shelter, and other services for thousands of people in Twins territory. The need is great, and we need more people like you to join us. With your help, we can change a lot of lives throughout the upper Midwest. Please join me and the Salvation Army so we can do good things in Twins territory. To donate, visit SalvationArmyNorth.org. That's SalvationArmyNorth.org.
At Target, we're here for the love of the game and all that comes with it. And for you hometown sports fans, we've got everything you need to gear up and kick back during Twin season. For the hosts, we've got the most of everything you need for your backyard baseball barbecues. Brats? Got 'em. Burgers? Check. Peanuts? Popcorn? Say less. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
Folks, you can look all across Twins territory, and let me tell you, if you want to hit a home run when it comes to truck accessories, no one has a better lineup than your friends right here at Radco. Toppers, trailer mounts, step bars, and more, including Radco's exclusive line of tonneau covers starting at $2.99. If you want your truck to look like an all-star, the pros at Radco have got you covered. 12 retail locations across Minnesota, Iowa, and the Dakotas. Online at Radco.com. Radco, your truck, your way.
Radco, your truck accessories pro.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, there was always so much more to a player than the numbers on the back of their baseball card or even the number on their back. We highlight this every Trinity Christian Academy in Jacksonville before attending Vanderbilt. His arrival at TCA coincided with the school's hiring of strength coach Ryan Keith. Keith had coached football at some other programs in the area, but an ALS diagnosis bound him to a wheelchair. He eventually had to step down as a football coach, but found his niche inspiring young athletes in the weight room at TCA. Austin Martin begins his chat today with John Vitas by describing what Ryan meant to him.
More than I think that he knew. He completely inspired me, really changed my mentality on my approach with everything in life, you know what I mean? I mean, if we had a 5 a.m. lift, he made sure that he was there at 4 a.m. every single day. He continued to push me, and he just really kind of taught me the meaning of life, you know, that even no matter the circumstances, no matter what you're going through, like, to show up every single day, give it your all, and just be present and enjoy every single moment. Yeah.
And so when you worked with Ryan before his diagnosis and he was helping you with your athletic career, what stood out about him as a coach and what he brought to the table to help you out?
When I had met him, he had already been diagnosed and had already been dealing with it. But before that, I think it was maybe a year before I met him was his diagnosis, and his nickname was Mighty Mouse. That's what they used to call him because he was like 5'7", but strong as an ox, and we just go into the weight. He was like 5'7", but strong as an ox, and we just go into the weight room and just throw up weight like it was nothing. Extremely healthy, never drank soda, would only eat healthy, would only drink water. And then, you know, after his diagnosis, that's when everything kind of changed for him in terms of physicality. But his mind was always sharp. He was always present. He always was able to get the best out of you. And it's so crazy to think that, my strength coach at the time was in a wheelchair and wasn't barely able to move, but yet he was able to still help me get better and grow, not only physically but mentally as well. And he just meant a lot to me. I don't think that I would be here without him and everything that he did for me, and I'm sure that he's looking down and happy to see how everything has turned out, because he played a big role in that.
I'm sure he'd be super proud to see where you are. And, of course, with MLB, that's one of their main causes. And you got a chance to wear the armband to represent ALS awareness. How rewarding was it for you to be able to kind of match up with the similar interest to MLB and kind of represent them on the field?
Yeah, it meant a lot, man. I mean, especially when, we do these causes that hit so close to home. Yeah, it's great. I've physically seen the toll that disease takes on people, and after diagnosis, they say life expectancy is about 3 years after diagnosis, and Coach Keith lived 8 years after his diagnosis, which to me was even more inspiring because he knew that he still had a lot of work to do. He still had a lot, a lot more impact that he needed to make on others' lives, and I'm so grateful that God allowed him to be there for those extra years, and I'm so grateful that I got to experience him and a little bit of his life, because it impacted mine drastically.
Yeah, and I'm sure his will kind of inspired you and empowered you to get to this point. What are the moments where he comes to mind? Like, when does your experience with him help fuel you?
I mean, my favorite moments were honestly the ones where he was yelling at me and screaming at me and just pushing me, like he really taught me that everything requires your full attention and energy and focus. And if I'm here to get out of bed every morning to help get you better, like I need you to have that same mentality of trying to get the most out of yourself every single day, because tomorrow's not promised. And he really pushed me in that aspect. And like I said, it was more just modeling his behavior. I mean, to go through everything that he went through and experience everything that he was experiencing and still making that decision every morning to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to the field to help these kids grow, not only physically but mentally as well. It's truly inspiring. He's one of those people that I feel like you only come upon once in a lifetime, and I'm just grateful that I got to, be a small part of his life.
Fantastic perspective. Really well said, Austin. Thank you so much for sharing Ryan's story with us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me and allowing me to, speak on him and talk about him.
Yeah, sadly, Ryan Keith passed away in 2017 at the age of 38. Austin said he's grateful for Ryan's will and determination to battle ALS, because without those last few years he spent at TCA, Martin would have never gotten to meet him. Very touching conversation there in our More Than a Jersey. We appreciate John and Austin for that conversation. Royce Lewis back in a Twins jersey. We're going to hear from Lewis next here on your home for Twins baseball.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
It's always sunny with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Real iced tea, real vodka, and just 100 calories. Refreshing and made for moments like these.
Drink responsibly.
Dan Gladden here with Coordinated Business Systems President Kirk Studebaker and Coordinated Founder Jim Aricchio. Jim?
At Coordinated, we provide business technology and support, including managed IT, print, voice, and workflow solutions. Kirk?
Technology powers our solutions, and real people, not robots, deliver the support so your people can do their best work.
Coordinated Business Systems, extraordinary connections. To learn more, visit coordinated.com. That's coordinated.com.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
If kids don't have a field to play baseball on, they'll find somewhere else to play. Help the Twins Community Fund's Fields for Kids program build and restore fields. Learn what you can do or make a donation at Twins Community Build and Restore Fields. Learn what you can do or make a donation at twinscommunityfund.org.
The Minnesota Twins Community Fund is supported in part by Cornerstone Partners, Target, U.S. Bank, Treasure Island Resort and Casino, Nike, and Uponor. We thank them for supporting youth baseball and softball throughout the upper Midwest. Get involved at twinscommunityfund.org.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, the story of the day, Royce Lewis recalled from AAA St. Paul after being sent down on May 19th for a reset. Royce's return is today's Select Heartland Chevy storyline. Royce has made previous returns, but they were always from an injury. This is the first time he was sent down to the minors due to performance. In 31 games to begin this season with the Twins, Royce was hitting just .163, 3 homers, 13 RBIs, 37 strikeouts, and just too many at-bats that were not competitive. But after ripping it up with St. Paul, he has earned his way back. I asked Royce if when he was sent down, he had a timetable for when he envisioned being back in the majors.
No, you can't. I didn't put any expectations. All you could do is force their hand and try to get back to the big leagues as fast as possible, just like anyone would do in the organization. All those guys that I was playing with, they all want to be big leaguers. They're big league talents, and they can easily do that. It's just about opportunity and trying your best to force the hand.
Yeah, 8 homers, 19 RBI, 12 runs scored, and a 340 average in 13 game with the Saints. That would be forcing the Twins' hands. Now, did Royce make any changes at the plate during this reset?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just small stuff, just keeping it simple and just going back to being Royce.
Yeah, now being Royce, however, does not mean being just over at third base. He has started 2 games for the Saints at first, 1 at second, and that's where he's lined up today. What was the message he received from the Twins in terms of where he should be playing?
Just a little bit everywhere, honestly, kind of just playing off the athleticism and filling wherever the roster needs at the moment. We got a lot of guys that are all moving around at the moment, so I think everyone's put into just be an athlete and go play and go hit and play like you were 4 years old. So it's impressive, and we got a good team to do it.
Yeah, now earlier on in the show in Chris's chat with Derek Shelton, Shelty referenced Paul Molitor as an example of a guy who played multiple positions in their career, and if you can hit, they're going to find a spot for you. How has the excursion to first treated Royce the last couple of days?
Feels new. That's the best way to describe it. I'm going to work hard as possible to make it the best I can, and I'm an athlete. We'll just move my feet around and we'll make it happen.
To help Royce learn first base, he received some tutoring the last couple days from another guy who did a pretty good job picking up the position. That's in Justin Morneau.
So easy, he just walked around. He kind of made jokes about it. He's like, I was a catcher first, and you'll be a lot better off than I was. And I was like, all right, I guess if you say so. So he walked over every possible play there was. I mean, we were out there for like an hour and a half, just in the sun talking. So I'm glad it was sunny and not 30 degrees. And we had a lot of good fun, and he told me a lot.
Yeah, now the biggest challenge for Royce at first right now, finding a glove for that position that's a good fit. He's tried a couple. He hasn't exactly found something to his liking. He is getting a shipment in soon, and hopefully that will solve that issue. He doesn't have to worry about it right now. Today he's penciled in playing second base. Going to be a third time in his major league career that Royce has been at second base. So he's playing second today, and he's back. That is our Twins storyline, presented by Select Heartland Chevy Dealers. Log on to ChevyDealOnline.com to find a dealer near you. That's a wrap for the Menards pregame lineup card. Game 3 versus Kansas City coming up here on your home for Twins baseball.
There's no one size, shape, color, or batting stance that makes a ball player a ball player.
Every game, every play, and every player is different.
There are flat brimmers,
bent brimmers,
never quite on straight brimmers,
tall shortstops, speedy sluggers, and unwashed lucky t-shirt wearers. The game doesn't just celebrate our differences, it's built on them. Because baseball is for everyone. The Minnesota Twins Community Fund, getting more kids in the game.
The Minnesota Twins Community Fund is supported in part by Cornerstone Partners, Target, U.S. Bank, Treasure Island Resort and Casino, Nike, and Uponor. We thank them for supporting youth baseball and softball throughout the upper Midwest. Get involved at twinscommunityfund.org.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Target Field has a lineup stacked with deals. Leading off, Tuesday is $1 a Dog Day. Kick your weekend into gear with Friday pregame happy hour. Fridays and Saturdays feature pregame $2 beers or every home game if you're a My Twins member. Sundays bring the 3 most magical words kids can hear: free ice cream. And don't forget the value stands throughout the ballpark. That's an all-star lineup that delivers deals all season long. Because when it comes to ballpark value, there's no place like here. Get your tickets at twins.com.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is manager Derek Shelton. The lineup card is completed, my guys are ready, and it's time for Twins baseball.
This ball crushed. Base of the wall, and see you later. Home run. Ryan Jeffers with a 3-run shot to left center.
Back, track, out of here. Luke Keeshaw's first of the year.
Swung on a miss. He struck him out. That's number 10 for Taj Bradley. Bradley has been brilliant.
Gets that ball high in the air. Right field might have a chance. Get up, and out of here. Josh Bell's third of the year.
Swung on and pulled to the right side. Through for a base hit. Brooks Lee, how about it? And it's 3-1 Minnesota Twins.
Twins baseball is brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Now let's head live to the ballpark.
It is a sun-soaked day in downtown Minneapolis. It is a gorgeous Saturday afternoon for baseball, and the Twins and the Royals getting set for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Twins are 30-35. They're 3-2 on the homestand. Need a win here today to assure themselves of a split at least of this 4-game set and of a winning homestand. The Royals, meanwhile, are 25-39. They are trying to avoid joining the Angels and the Rockies as the only 40-loss teams in the big leagues to date. Joe Ryan experience is on track today as he will try to get back to his winning ways against the Royals. He has never lost to them in this ballpark. Lewinder Avila is just 1-2 on the year. He makes his third start of the year and his second as a member of a revamped Royals rotation. So it's Ryan versus Avila. Dan Gladden as the rest of your starting lineups. We've got the national anthem, and some Saturday baseball is on the way right here on your home for Twins baseball.
Twins fans, Bear's new Grand Design RV at the game or out on the road, and you could win tickets to the dock for you and your friends. Must follow and tag Winnebago Industries on social media to be eligible. No purchase required. Learn more at www.seeninthewild.co. That's www.seeninthewild.co.
Now more people than ever can bring in their bill for a better deal at Verizon. Got AT&T or T-Mobile? We got you. Xfinity or Spectrum? You too. So tell your friends, your family, your quirky neighbor Jeff. Grab your megaphone and yell it from the rooftop. Get a better deal at Verizon. Because chances are anyone in shouting distance is included. Bring in your AT&T, T-Mobile, Xfinity, or Spectrum bill, and we'll give you a better deal on the best network. Come by Verizon today. Best network based on root metrics, best overall mobile network performance, U.S. second half 2025. All rights reserved. Must provide recent consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
We all love to cheer on the Twins as they clean up on the field against their opponents. Speaking of cleaning, how about the professionals at Marsden, another Minnesota hometown team based in the Twin Cities? The cleaning program Marsden has been performing at Target Field since 2010 for staff and fans is impressive. And Marsden is also a great place to work, whether you're looking for a part-time job or a long-term career. Marsden is currently hiring for all shifts so you can find work that fits your schedule. Creating careers and making a difference. Marsden.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Old Wisconsin. Want in? Stop by your neighborhood Quick Trip and buy any Old Wisconsin product with quick rewards for your chance to win cash. Try beef and cheddar or beef and jalapeno smokestack. Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Hey, have a winning season with Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Quick Trip and Old Wisconsin, proud partners of Twins baseball.
There are no sure things in baseball, except at Target Field, where every Sunday is Kids Day. Half-price meals, games and bullseye at Target Field, where every Sunday is Kids Day. Half-price meals, games in Bullseye's backyard, free ice cream, face painting, popcorn munching, kids watching their heroes run the bases, and then after the game, they get to run them too. So correction, there is one sure thing in baseball. You always leave with a W on Kids Day. Because this is Target Field, there's no place like here. Twins.com/tickets.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, welcome back to Minnesota Twins baseball here on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Third game of this four-game matchup with the Kansas City Royals today. Making his 14th start will be right-hander Joe Ryan. And for the Kansas City Royals, his third start, 12th appearance, Luwinder Avila. Give you the rest of the starting lineups, but first, here's our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
There's Malacca High School Choir with our national anthem, and here is this afternoon's starting lineups. Leading off and catching will be Carter Jensen. Bobby Witt Jr. bats second. He'll be at shortstop. Batting third, playing first base, Vinny Pasquantino. DH today batting fourth, Michael Garcia. He'll bat sixth, play second base. Isaac Collins. He'll be in left field batting seventh. At third base today, batting eighth, will be Josh Rojas. And Kyle Isbell bats ninth and plays center field. On the mound, making his third start, 12th appearance. He has a record of 1 win, 2 losses. Luwinder Avila. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins. Leading off, playing left field, will be Trevor Larnach. Brooks Lee bats second, plays third base. Cody Clemens, he'll be at first base, batting third, or DH. Cleanup hitter, it'll be Josh Bell. Always brought to you by Mars and your hometown cleaning team. Keeping Target Field that world-class facility For 17 years in running, we thank you, Marsden. Batting 5th, playing right field, will be Austin Martin. Catching, batting 6th, Victor Carantini. Royce Lewis back in the big leagues. He'll bat 7th and play second base. At shortstop, batting 8th, Tristan Gray. And in center field, batting 9th, will be Ryan Kreidler. On the mound, Joe Ryan, 4-3 on the year, making his 14th start. Umpires, Mark Rippinger. Be calling balls and strikes today at first base. Shane Livensparger. Dan Merzel, the umpire at second base. Crew chief Dan Bellino at third base. Gorgeous afternoon. Get you started. Here's Chris Atterbury.
Thank you, Danny. It's game 3 of this 4-game set. This series with the Royals brought to you by Royal Credit Union, where people matter and financial well-being comes first. Learn more at rcu.org. A lot of talk about Royce Lewis. Great to have his energy back in the room today. He was walking around with a big pile of bats earlier today in the clubhouse. The move to second base is not completely new for him. He has played parts of 2 games at second base in the major leagues. He started 1, went 5, played the last 3 innings of another. I guess the question for you, Danny, as a guy who played all the positions at one point or another, you no longer have to. I guess the question for you, Danny, as a guy who played all the positions at one point or another, you no longer have to worry about the double play necessarily. That used to be the biggest thing with the runner at your back. What is the toughest play or the biggest adjustment for a second baseman? Is it relays? Is it double plays? What's the biggest thing for you?
You're playing. Here's a guy, Royce Lewis, that played strictly his whole career on the left side of the diamond. Now you're going over to the right side of the diamond, angles off the ball, off the bat. Where do I go in the shallow fly balls, down the line, shallow center field, right center field? You know, the double play I don't think is going to be a big deal, only because you don't have to worry about anybody sliding into you anymore. So he's going to, they position him well near the bag on any potential double plays like that. His range should be fine. His arm should be fine. It's just a matter of reacting as to that side of the diamond, which is going to be the toughest part.
And maybe the play where it's a bunt and Clemens is coming in, you've got to get over to the bag at first, things of that nature. But Royce is an athlete, and he says he's ready to roll. He was out very early today with Ramon Borrego and Orlando Arcia. He's excited to be back. In fact, as he ran out to his position, shook hands first with Shane Livensparger, the first base umpire, then Dan Merzel, the second base umpire, now taking some balls from Cody Clemens. Joe Ryan, as Gino documented, dominated the Royals through his first 10 starts against them. He was 8-0. In fact, the Twins had won all 10 of the games against the Kansas City Royals. Then he had a bad start late last year, just kind of a rough day. Didn't get some calls, threw a couple over that got whacked out. And then earlier today, earlier this season, in really foul weather, he went just 4 innings, gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. You heard Derek Shelton say that's probably the start he'd like to throw away. So Joe's last 2 have not gone well. He gave up just, I want to say 9 runs in his first 10 starts, and went 8-0 with a 1.34, and he gave up 10 runs in his last 2 starts, going just 6 total innings. So Twins will need length today, and if you're looking for a Joe Ryan revenge tour, this would be it. He has been picking up the strikeouts, working deep into ball games, and again, he's been very good at home.
Well, he's a fun guy to watch. He's had some success against this organization here. The challenges with the Kansas City Royal hitters against Joe Ryan, knowing how well he can be out there on the mound and how tough he can be. And I like about Joe, you get him some runs, he kind of gets in a groove. And that's one thing that last outing got him a little bit, some run support. But prior to that, the offense was tough getting them runs.
Well, the Royals have scored a ton of runs early, Danny. They've scored 9 first-inning runs in their last 5 games. The Twins, meanwhile, have allowed 7 first-inning runs in the last 3 games. They've given up first-inning runs in each of their last 3, 1 to the White Sox, 2 to the Royals. Carter Jensen's ready to start this game, and the first pitch, a strike, top of the zone, and we are underway. 0-1 to Carter Jensen. 1 for 9 with a 2-run double in this series. Jensen back behind the plate today. Lee well off the line at third, and the pitch is high again, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike.
First pitch, 112 and 26 seconds.
Baby Blues top and bottom for the Royals today. They've got their throwback tricolored batting helmet. As a strike called, it's 1-2. That was the splitter. That baby blue body of the helmet with the white triangle on the front and then a little patch commemorating franchise as a foul ball straight off the helmet of Caratini, and the count stays 1-2. Twins wear the Twin Cities cream jerseys with the white TC. Joe has the long dark sleeves as usual. Swipes away at some dust with those matted black spikes. 1-2 pitch. Checked at. It was down and in, a breaking ball. He didn't go. 2-2. Jensen, then Witt, and then Pasquantino. The 2-2. Swung on and hit high in the air to right field for Carter Jensen. There's another first inning run. It's a home run for Jensen onto the plaza, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Royals. First inning run in 4 straight games, 8 total runs. And the Royals have scored 10 first inning runs in their last 5 games plus today. Now Carter Jensen took that knuckle curve and he walloped it. 8th of the year for Jensen, a team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs, on the board early with a long ball. Now it's Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. 7 for 30 against Joe all time as he swings and fouls. He's seen him in Joe Ryan, Tarek Skubal. And Bobby Witt Jr., for all of his excellence, has never had an extra base hit against Joe Ryan. 0-1, hit high in the air to left center field. This might change. Kreidler, Larnach, Kreidler collide. The ball is caught. I'm not sure who caught it, but they're both shaken up. Kreidler ends up catching it. He is hunched up against the wall in front of the bullpen. Larnach has his hands on his knees in front of the bullpen. Gray is out there. Martin is out there. Here comes Shelty as Kreidler and Larnach clip each other on the warning track in front of the bullpen. The ball was hit a ton. Larnach had a beat on it. Kreidler from center hit him chest to chest as he made the catch. Knocked the sunglasses right off of Larnach's face. Scary play, Danny.
Well, that's a tough play for both outfielders, only because I'm not sure if I'm going to get there. They're both arriving at the same time, so.
You could see Kreidler yelling, "I've got it, I've got it." That was a straight-up chest-to-chest collision between a couple of big bodies out there. Larnach kind of taking inventory. He's bent over, hands on knees. I don't know if it was the wind knocked out of him. Fortunately, Danny, I don't think their heads collided at all. I think
Larnach got the lower extremity, and Kreidler got more of the upper chest area, and he's got kind of wind knocked out of him.
Ryan managed to catch the ball for a well-struck out number 1. Larnach kind of slowly making his way back to left field, again trying to stretch out, and he stops again and kind of squats into a frog squat.
Yeah, Kreidler called it, but just a couple of times got that right leg on Larnach.
Yeah, the right leg, right hip maybe, hip flexor there, the knee. And he does a very thorough stretching and running program before every game, and you can just see him kind of stretching and trying to find it out there.
Boy, we're seeing a lot of damage to our outfielders, and we saw Martin the other night crash into the wall in right field, Buck last night, and here this afternoon, and still watching Larnach. He's still doing some leg exercises out there in left field.
He's also leading off today, so he is due to bat first in the bottom half of the inning. They both appear to be functional. Again, the Twins don't have a ton of options. Byron is down today, but on the active roster. And Outman was DFA'd to make room for Royce, the other primary defensive outfielder. There's Vinny Pasquantino. The first pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Joe has given up 2 very well hit balls. 1 a home run, and 1 to the warning track in left center, engendering that collision. 1-0 pitch. Down and in, 2 balls, no strikes. That collision, I guess the closest comp from earlier this year was when Keyshaw smacked into Wallner in right field. at full speed. As the 2-0 popped up foul out of play over the third base dugout, 2-1.
You know, the dangerous play for the outfielders is just that. Both outfielders looking at the ball, they can feel the presence of the other outfielder out there. They both want to catch the ball. They're going at a high rate of speed.
2-1 foul back, 2-2.
And then just the impact.
And the concentration on the part of Kreidler to maintain control of that ball. If he doesn't catch it, Danny, that's an inside the park home run for Bobby Witt Jr. 2-2. That's taken low, 3-2 to Pasquantino. 9th game of the road trip for Vinny, and in his prior 8, he's driven in 6. He's walked more than he's struck out. 1-0 Royals early. A 3-2 on the ground, back up the middle for a base hit. Second hit for the Royals, and Joe Ryan again dominated the Royals his first 10 starts. 8-0 with a 1.34. They've obviously changed their ways against him their last 2 outings, and they're hitting him hard here today. That was 105 off the bat. 3 balls, all over 100 off the bat against Joe Ryan. And here's Michael Garcia, first start in a week. Nursing a sore hamstring. We've seen him pinch hit a couple of times. He foul tips one straight back, and the count is 0-1. He has walked and struck out in the series both times as a pinch hitter. When healthy, he's one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup for Kansas City. Pasquantino, big presence, inching off the bag at first, held by Clemens. Lewis at second, played near the bag at second. A little pop-up, foul territory. Cody drifting near the wall, makes the catch, jumps up into the net, out of play, but with the ball carefully entrusted in his first baseman's glove, and that's a big out, number 2. And knew right where he was and nabbed that ball just before a little leap up over the padded fence and into the net. So 2 outs, and here's Caglione. Jack is 2 for 3 against Joe in his career, and he's a guy who can square you up in a hurry. Infield plays the lefty to pull, and he swings and misses. Swings right through a fastball. It's 0-1. Leadoff home run, Carter Jensen. And a collision in left center for out number 1, a hard single, then a pop-up foul. The 0-1 is pulled on the ground at the first base line, and Joe is up 0-2. Sunny day here at Target Field. People lathering on the sunscreen. Tank tops and shorts. Stay to get some sun, watch some baseball. 0-2 pitch. That's down and in. Good block from Caratini, who bumps right into Caglione. He was sliding to his right to stop the ball, and his face smashed right into the hip of Caglione. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You wouldn't want to run into Jack Caglione at any rate of speed. He's a big, strong dude. Leans back in those powder blues. The pitch is swung on and fouled near the Twins' dugout. Stays 1-2. But Larnach is still stretching his legs out there in left field, Danny.
He'll be checked on when he gets in there, but he's not going to have too much time because he's going to lead off the bottom of the first.
Yeah, you know that better than anybody. You come in, you grab your bat, you go right to the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2. That's taken for a called strike 3. So Ryan gives up some well-hit balls here in the first, including the home run to Jensen, but he's out of the inning with just the 1 run across some minimal damage. 1 run on 2 hits. Noanek and Ryan Kreidler both no worse for wear. We'll keep it right here and remind you that you can't spell triple without trip. And today our contestant in quick trips around the bases, Joel Brinda from beautiful Blaine, Minnesota. The Twin hits a triple. Joel, you win $200. Compliments of Old Wisconsin. See your neighborhood quick trip for all of the details.
Well, we're going to each Saturday home ball game. We're going to honor individuals who inspire positive change across Twins territory as part of the United Healthcare Community Champions Program. Today, we're proud to welcome Sam Daly. Sam is the founder of Bellevitt Canine Service Partners, a Northfield-based organization that provides highly trained service dogs to military veterans And you can nominate future champions at twins.com/community champions. Got a lot of those dogs out here in the parking lot.
Yeah.
As you come into the ballpark here.
That's a great cause and great work being done there. Roki Sasaki is on target, the Dodgers right-hander. 7 shutout innings in a 1-0 win over the Halos last night. He allowed just 2 hits, he walked 2, and he set a career high with 10 strikeouts. Brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Sasaki, they're kind of still figuring out who he is and how he's best going to be utilized, but that was a real bright spot for the talented right-hander.
I watched some of the highlights of that ball game, and he was throwing the splitter, a lot of it down and in the dirt. Had a ton. You talk about the 10 strikeouts. A lot of the strikeouts were balls out of the zone.
Angel strikeouts.
So they, they got to clean it up a little bit offensively.
Well, Trevor Larnach is out. He's taking some swings. He is batting as the leadoff hitter for the 3rd time this year, but it's always been as a pinch hit into the number 1 spot this year. His last start as a leadoff hitter, August 26th of last year against Chris Bassett and the Blue Jays. Larnach digs in. He's faced Avila once, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and the first pitch is a fastball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Avila is young. He's 23 years of age. He's one of the longest tenured Royals, not in the big leagues, but in the org. As this one hit sharply foul, first base side, 1-1. He signed at 16 out of Venezuela, and he has been with this organization since he was a teenager, when most of us were in high school. He's now 23. Debuted last year in 13 games, 14 innings. This year, now in his 12th game and his 3rd start. Breaking ball in for a strike. That's a changeup, and the count is 1-2. Mostly a sinker, slider, four-seam guy. Has that high arm slot, not unlike Waka that we saw yesterday. A big man, 6'3", pushing 200 pounds. Stands right on the rubber, works entirely from the stretch. 1-2. That's down and in. 2-2. Larnach, Lee, and Clemens. Again, no Byron Buxton in the lineup after his fierce collision with the center field wall in yesterday's game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The step back, the pitch, breaking ball, and it's fouled straight back. And the count is still 2-2. Rob Refsnyder will be delighted to know that nobody put up a tape outline of Byron's body on the wall in right center field. But they did that when Refsnyder hit a wall, and he was so mad.
I think it was in Baltimore.
He was so mad. 2-2. Swung on and shot to left field. Collins charging, leans down, makes the catch, and face plants onto the grass. One left fielder retires another. Nice little swing there from Larnach to go inside out, but Collins with a tumbling catch, and there's one gone. Now Larnach will have a chance maybe to get studied in a little more detail by the training staff. Brooks Lee will be the hitter. Brooks has just 1 for his last 18, but the 1 was a big one. He hit a game-tying home run yesterday to trigger that 4-run inning. Reaches out and pokes one foul on the third base line, 0-1. The third baseman, Josh Rojas, he's way in on the grass and way off the line. Brooks does not bunt very often.
No.
But Rojas is right there. Right in his face. Lee takes a pitch wide, and the count is 1-1.
The bunt's there. I mean, Lee's one of the better bunters on this club. But like you said, he's got the toe tips on the grass, but well off the line.
1-1, a check. Did he go? No. And the count is 2-1, laid off. That was hard and down. Lee was first pitch swinging last night. Waka throws a ton of strikes. Not so much with Avila. 2-1, fouled straight back. It's the curveball. Whole body slowed down on the curveball delivery. Avila again signed as a teenager, a couple of years in the Dominican Winter Leagues, or Dominican Summer League, I should say. Came over, hit every step of the minor league development ladder with the Royals. Now paying dividends here at just 23. And the 2-2 rolled on the ground towards second base. Massey, little backhand pickup back of the infield, and he throws out Lee. And there are 2 outs. Clemens will be the batter. Avila's calling card, not necessarily strikeouts, not necessarily electric stuff, but a lot of soft contact. So he stays off the barrel. And we've seen it here already in the early going. A little weak ground ball to right, and that slicing drive to left. Now it's Clemens. 1-0 Royals is our scores. A curveball in for a strike, 0-1. Carter Jensen, a leadoff home run off Joe Ryan. 0-1. And that's up and away. 1-1. The 1-1 swung through by Cody Clemens, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Something to walk with Avila. He's gone 3 innings a couple of times. 5 innings last time out, his longest, and the pitch count was mid-80s. So he can be out there a while, and they need him to. The bullpen is shot for both teams as a pitch up and in. But Danny, when you transition, now you're facing guys multiple times, and the second time through the order against Avila this year, teams are 6 for 13 with a double, a homer, and 5 walks.
That's a small sample.
It's part of his learning curve as
Yes.
a pitch down and away, 3-2. And I'm sure that's something they're using as a teaching point. Like, you can't pitch them the same way the second time that you did the first time.
You talked about signing as a 16-year-old. He's been in the organization for a long, long time. He plays more mature than his age is.
That's a good point. 3-2 on the ground to second. Massey backs up into the grass and scoops it up. He throws out Cody, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the 23-year-old Avila. We've played 1 full inning of afternoon baseball at Target Field. 1-0 Royals on your home for Twins baseball.
Park, head on over to the value stands at Target Field. Find everything you need: food, snacks, drinks, and desserts, all under $6. Go to twins.com/value to learn more.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Target Field is stacked with deals. $1 dogs on Tuesdays, pregame happy hour on Fridays, $2 beers prior to the game Friday and Saturday, and free ice cream for kids on Sunday. Because there's no place like here. Get tickets at twins.com.
Text and whatever, just come. Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Rough opening frame for Joe Ryan. Gave up a leadoff home run. 3 straight balls hit over 100 miles an hour, but he's out of the first inning with minimal damage. And here in the second, he faces Massey, Collins, and Rojas. Michael Massey, hottest of the Royals hitters, 12 for his last 24. Bats left-handed, very compact, feet straight. Fouls one straight back, and the count is 0-1. Some guys have a wide open stance. Some guys are closed off. Stephen Kwan will have his feet really close together. Other guys really spread out. Massey just right in the middle. Short, quick swing. He pops one up foul in third base territory for Brooks Lee. Brooks is almost to the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1. Isaac Collins, now the hitter. Maple Grove's finest, Isaac Collins, Mr. Baseball finalist here in the state of Minnesota. The year that Matt Wallner won the award. Collins has had some big games here with the Brewers. He struggled with Kansas City. He pops this one weakly off the end of the bat to shortstop. But the Twins will take that all day long, and twice on Sunday it's a pop-up for Tristan Gray, and that's 2 outs on 3 pitches for Joe Ryan. Rojas will be the hitter. Rojas famously on Thursday went 1 for 3 leading off for the Storm Chasers in Columbus, Ohio. Flew to Minneapolis in the middle of the game, showed up during the rain delay, went straight to the batting cage, then remembered he should probably tell Matt Quatrero that he'd arrived, told the skipper he was here, went back in the cage, came off the bench to get the game-winning hit in the 9th. Starting now, former Diamondback, former Mariner, always been able to hit. Stands straight up and down, now crouches as Ryan into the delivery. And a pitch just wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Left-handed batter, Rojas. Again, he'll wait, kind of casually bat on his shoulder, and then as Joe gets into his motion, he kind of crouches down into his load. Takes a strike, and the count is 1-1. Two outs on 3 pitches. This will be pitch 3 to Rojas. It's taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Moved him off the plate.
He doesn't like that ball inside both pitches. Fastballs, he's kind of flinched, and they're on the inside corner.
Rojas played his college ball at Hawaii. Nice place to spend some time. And the 1-2 pitch is off the plate away, and the count 2-2. See if they come back inside here, 2-2. As Danny mentioned, did not react well to the ball in. Rojas, Diamondbacks, Mariners, then last year was with the White Sox for 69 games. And he swings and hits this one high in the air to right field. Martin drifting back, stays on the grass. Short of the warning track, he makes the catch. And it's an 8-pitch inning for Joe Ryan as the Royals fall in order. We'll go to the home second to episode on the Home for Twins Baseball.
Shinedown returns. Dance Kid Dance, Act 2. Friday, August 21st, live at the Treasure Island Amphitheater with special guest Coheed and Cambria. Shinedown. Get tickets at TICasino.com. Shinedown Live.
Hey, Luke Keishall here. From the stands, people see the highlights. Home runs, stolen bases, diving catches. What they don't see is the preparation to be ready for the unexpected. That's how I look at my car too. Repairs can hit out of nowhere, and they are not cheap. With CarShield, you get the best defense against costly car repairs. When something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You've got a plan. A CarShield plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
The Twins are a team. They work together to win. Great River Energy and its member-owner cooperatives work together as a team, too, by serving more than half of Minnesota with reliable, affordable energy in a sustainable manner. Together, we power what's possible. Learn more at greatriverenergy.com.
Twins fans, baseball season is just heating up. Celsius and Cup Foods are bringing Major League energy to the Twin Cities. Whether you're heading to the Twins game, hosting the watch party, or stocking up for the next series, grab Celsius at Cup Foods and keep the energy up inning after inning. Celsius Frizz-Free delivers the same great flavors and Celsius energy just without the bubbles. Find Celsius at your nearest Cub. Let's go Twins!
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Josh Bell has at least one hit in each of his last 8 starts. Starting today, he's the DH, and he leads off the second. Lewinder delivers, and the pitch is rolled slowly back up the middle to Massey. Boy, he's been busy. Picks it up and throws to first base. 3 straight 4-3 putouts behind Avila. And now it's Austin Martin's turn. Experience a Twins game from Legends Landing. The newest all-inclusive area at Target Field offers great views of home plate and the skyline with unlimited food and beverage. Make this your next game day destination. Twins.com/ Legends Landing. Those are fantastic seats. Pitch on the way to Martin is a strike. That's why I watched the All-Star game in 2014.
Were you on Kiss Cam?
Was not on Kiss Cam.
Okay.
I believe
we had a member.
Corey Provis was on Kiss Cam.
Yep.
As the 0-1 is taken for a strike and the count 0-2.
You said you watched it from
Legends Landing down there.
Yeah.
And I spent most of the time going back and forth to the Town Ball Tavern.
Yeah, I got to get out on the overhang out there, the Winnebago Industry overhang out there, and that was for the home run derby.
0-2 pitch. And Martin watches wide, 1-2.
Yeah, I found myself during the game as a heckler.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you heckle?
Well, I'm not sure who was out there in right field. Wasn't it
maybe Trout?
No, I think Trout might have been at center. He won the MVP.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on a miss, and down goes Martin. His offensive issues continue, and there are 2 quick outs for Caratini. Now we're going to have to look up the 2014.
But I was just, hey, throw us a ball. Throw us a ball. You bum.
Thinking about all the things that have been said to you through the years.
Oh.
Yasiel Puig was in right field.
Yep.
And Jose Bautista. Bautista would have turned around and said,
I heckle him from up here.
Yeah,
I don't need to be out in the stand.
Here's the pitch to Caratini for a strike. Bautista's like, dude, haven't you seen how many balls I put into the seats in this ballpark? 0-1 to Vic. 3 hits the other night in his last start, including a double and a homer. Pitch down, it's 1-1. He's 4 for his last 5. Lawinder Avila. 1-1 pitch. That's down. 2 balls and a strike. Jensen trots out to grab a loose baseball that squirted away in front of the home plate hearth. 339 down the left field line, 328 to right with the high wall and the Winnebago Industries overhang. 411 to the deepest part of the ballpark. As Caratini takes a strike, and it's 2-2. Target field not only beautiful, but I think if you think from a hitter-pitcher standpoint, it is fair. It's a fair park. There's nothing cheap when you hit one out here. 2-2 checked at. The appeal to third didn't go. 3-2.
People would argue that the first couple of years here.
Thought it was a pitcher's park.
They thought it was a pitcher's park, that the ball was not carrying well. Hitters complained about the pine trees that they had out in center field, and hitters had a tough time picking the ball up.
Then the concrete dried, Danny, and the ball started to fly. The 3-2 is low, ball 4. Nice job, Vic Caratini. And here's Royce Lewis. Now Royce, first at bat since May 17th. He was 2 for his last 18 with no extra base hits, 8 strikeouts. His last Major League home run was April 24th against Tampa. He went to St. Paul, and just as he did on his rehab assignment, homered on the first pitch he swung at. He crushed AAA pitching. And the first pitch on the way, and it's fouled off of his leg, and he comes hobbling out of the batter's box. And the count is 0-1. It was a sinker down and in. Royce was eager to swing. And, Danny, I'm going to be interested to see what you pick up in terms of if there's anything different with his swing, his setup. He had gotten to the point where he tried to bunt a couple of times in that last game or two before.
That was the final straw right there. That was a sign of defeat. But he is a talented player.
He can be explosive, and the Twins need him to be. And the 0-1 is fouled right back towards us and in and out of the hands of a fan. Count is 0-2. I think Royce hit the ball you caught up here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit one to the fans out in left field, not the ones behind home plate. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit back up the box. Going to be picked up by Massey. Might have broken his bat. Massey's throw to first, not in time. Royce beat it out. Attaboy. It's going to be a broken bat infield single. That bat dies a hero. And great hustle from Royce Lewis. It's great to have him back. His energy, his talent. And there are 2 on now for Tristan Gray.
They're going to look at it, Chris.
They're definitely going to challenge. To the naked eye, I thought he was out initially. Very close. Very close when you see it on film.
Well, it's got to be clear and convincing back in New York to them to overturn it. The camera angles are pretty good.
And they can sync up all of the camera angles with the proper time.
They're not going to overturn this. There's too much there. I'm a firm believer in tie goes to the runner. Played that as a young kid growing up. A lot of arguments at the schoolyard. It was a tie. Tie goes to the runner.
I think the Gladden boys won most of those arguments.
Of course we did. We won most of the games, too.
Tie goes to the runner, and any equipment left in the park goes to the Gladdens as well.
Better pick your equipment up.
Yeah, always take your stuff
I went
home.
to Max's first little game today. He's 4 years old. And I go, where's your gear? And he goes, Dad's carrying it. And I go, no. You carry your own gear.
Was he excited? Get his uniform and his hat?
He was excited but nervous, all these little kids running around. He knew what was going on. He had to get his new hat, get the new jerseys, number 4. Has his name on the back. I go, take your shirt off. He goes, no. Well, you got to put your new jersey on.
That is an exciting beginning to his career. Now, will he play in the same league, obviously at a different age group that Luca plays in?
No, Luca's over in Wayzata.
Okay.
Max is playing in the Eden Prairie League.
All right, nice. And did you get to stay for the game?
No.
Okay, well, we'll get some updates on that one. Maybe that'll be our out-of-town scoreboard. Here's the result.
The call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Kansas City will retain his challenge.
So they're going to overturn it. Royce, instead of stretching out an infield single, is going to be out 4-3, and already 4 assists for Michael Massey. 1-0 Royals. This is your home for Twins baseball.
In Minnesota, we believe in strong partnerships. Great teams are built on strength and teamwork. That's why we partner with the Minnesota Twins, and why Uponor is now part of GF, a global leader in flow solutions. Together, we're bringing even greater power to plumbing and infrastructure. The trusted Uponor performance you rely on, now backed by global innovation and expertise. GF and Uponor, delivering excellence in flow. Learn more at uponor.com.
Glenn Perkins here, 3-time All-Star closer and born and bred Minnesotan. We all know Minnesota weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity, it can retire a side just as fast as I did. But what if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Go back to the pregame lineup card thanks to your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Just heard Royce Lewis's first at-bat in the Major League since May 17th. He went down to AAA, was there for 13 games, got recalled earlier this morning. Asked him if he had a timetable when he was sent down on when he would be back in the majors.
No, you can't. I didn't put any expectations. All you could do is force their hand and try to get back to the big leagues as fast as possible, just like anyone would do in the organization. All those guys that I was playing with, they all want to be big leaguers. They're big league talents, and they can easily do that. Big leaguers, they're big league talents, and they can easily do that. It's just about opportunity and trying your best to force the hand.
Yeah, and Royce did that by ripping it up in the 13 games for the Saints. By the way, he's normally sporting that trimmed goatee look. He's growing the beard out, almost like the hockey playoff beard look for Royce.
Well, if it leads to playoffs, it is worth sacrificing your chin for a while. Kyle Isbell going to lead things off here. Speaking of beards, he's got that big old bushy beard, and he'll lead off in the #9 spot. Then it's Jensen, whose home run is the game's only run, and Witt. Isbell 3 for 19 in his career against Joe, and he takes a pitch wide, 1 ball and no strikes. Treasure Island Resort and Casino, the exclusive casino partner of the Twins. Explore more of the island with a nice, relaxing getaway. Book your stay at ticasino.com. Isbell fouls one back to our left. That lands right over in the old Willingham seats. Souvenir strike 1.
I promise you the Willinghams are out on the lake somewhere today. Yeah. Family on a road trip came up here. And
how fun is that? hit the Louisville Slugger Factory as a pitch in. And then the Wrigley Field.
We're going to find out where the key is left for the house down there by the water.
Right where he's staying? So
yeah.
If you put it under the mat or if you put it in the mailbox. 2-1. Swung on a missed. It's 2-2. Kind of a late hack at that fastball. We will hear your chat with Josh tomorrow behind the batting cage. Looking forward to that. He looks like he could still suit up and pop one of the
we asked him about the home run derby.
Yeah. He said he was training for one. As a called strike 3 outside corner. Got him with a sweeper that bit the outer edge. Strikeout number 2 for Joe. And the leadoff man retired. Here's Jensen, who authored the 1-0 lead that still stands with a solo home run to open the game. Josh said he was training for the better part of a month, and then right before the actual home run derby, he pulled an oblique in the cage. I like that he had his boys were pitching to him. He had his kids pitching to him. Jensen swings and foul tips into the glove, 0-1. You were asking his 2 sons who are still in school if they pitched, and I love Josh's response.
We don't raise pitchers.
Yeah, we're not looking to raise any pitchers. High fly ball to left. Larnach moving well, makes the catch. 2 away, and here's Bobby Witt Jr. So after giving up 3 straight balls over 100 off the bat, Joe Ryan has settled in. He's retired 7 straight, all strikeouts and soft contact, and he'll face Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt hit the ball to left center that Kreidler hung on to when he and Larnach collided. Pitch just wide, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. Strike called, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A great little energy in the park today. It's not full by any means, but there's just a murmur in the crowd. People collectively enjoying the sun. Early summer Saturday afternoon. A lot going on in the Twin Cities. There's a pitch wide. It's 2-1. We've got art fairs and grad parties, and the lakes are bumping. Baseball, basketball wrapping up next door. Good day. 2-1 is high, 3-1. Our friends from Watertown, South Dakota are in town. They brought a busload down. K-Watt is in the house. A bunch of Twins fans from just across the border enjoying the sunshine today. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Bobby Witt Jr. takes it for a strike, and it's 3-2. Stolen a base in 4 straight games. And the hits haven't been piling up, but he's been walking more. Leads the league, tied with Jose Ramirez and Nasim Nunez for the league lead with 22. Fouls this one back to our right. And the count stays full, 3-2. Still scoring a lot of runs. Home runs are at 9. They really thought moving the fences in was going to spike the home run tallies for this team. That hasn't worked out. The pitch. A little dribbler. Slow roller, hard play for Gray. Witt can fly. Gray knows it, and he runs right over the top of the ball. It'll be an infield hit for Bobby Witt Jr. Boy, so Joe makes a great pitch and gets really soft contact. And, Danny, there's very little chance you're ever going to get Bobby Witt Jr. He's just going to outrun that ball.
Yeah, and he's a tough guy to defend as an infielder. Do I shorten up a little bit, maybe 3 steps? Because he runs so well, I can get to the ball a little bit quicker. But that's just cued off the end of the bat. Nothing that Gray can do about that.
So let's see if Witt gets moving here with Pasquantino in the box. Vinny a single to right, first time up. Bobby's stolen 6 bags in his last 6 games.
Pitch violation.
That's going to cost Joe a ball to Vinny Pasquantino. Well, no, it's on the hitter. Everybody up here thought it was a ball, but it was a strike, and the count is 0-1 now. Vinny wasn't ready. No, I think it is a ball.
Yeah.
Scoreboard operator got it wrong. Mark Rippiger saying change that, so it's a ball. The violation was on Joe, and he throws over to first, and Bobby gets a face full of dirt.
Yeah, and another thing, last night's ball game, it was the first time I can recall we saw that pickoff move 3 times or disengagement, and it was ruled a balk.
Yeah, because he threw over, then he stepped off without throwing over, and then he threw over thinking it was his second time, and it gave him second. There goes Bobby. He's running. The throw from Caratini right on the bag, but Bobby just too quick. Make it 5 straight games with a stolen base for Bobby Witt Jr.
I like that. Pasquantino he saw that he's running. I'm going to bat with a guy in scoring position here. Bobby Witt Jr. is just a complete player.
23 of 26 now in stolen bases, leads the league. Stolen 7 bases in his last 6 and change. And he understands that this offense needs a jump start. He's not stealing bases for show. He's stealing bases to try to get some runs on the board. As Vinny takes a strike and the count is 2-1. And what you love about it is he didn't waste any time. He's not waiting for the perfect pitch. He's not waiting deep in the count. Just go.
He's a guy that, he gets on first base. The pitcher knows it. Catcher knows it. The manager knows it. Everybody in the ballpark.
2-1. Just off the plate away, 3-1. They're going to challenge this one.
Catcher is challenging the pitch.
But this is going to be very close.
Pitch is a strike. Minnesota has 2 remaining challenges.
That's a big flip from Vic Caratini. It's on the outside corner, just clips the zone. So instead of 3-1 to a power hitter, it's 2-2. That's a big strike. Nice job, Vic. Joe Ryan appreciative. Witt's at second base, 1-0 Royals. The pitch. Fouled straight back, stays 2-2.
We've seen Pasquantino have some pitches to hit. And right there, that was grooved, and he just fouled it straight back. And that's probably one of the reasons, just 9 home runs, 26 driven in on the year.
Those are pitches that are damaged pitches typically for Vinny Pasquantino. And just off just a little bit. 2-2 is down low, 3-2.
Yeah, the timing is there. It's just that he's under the ball just a little bit too much. You see a good swing like that, and the ball goes right over the umpire's head, straight back. He's got it timed up.
Caratini going to jog on out and chat with Joe Ryan. I'm not sure what's sparked to this, but with 3 balls and 2 strikes, Garcia's on deck. First base is open. We just want to make sure they have the right pitch dialed up here, 3-2 for Vinny.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that swing there about what we were talking about, how he timed it up, if that kind of changes, and the catcher sees that, he can hear that foul ball and try something different. And the guy in the on-deck circle hasn't played in about 5 or 6 games, so is there rust in his bat?
Let's see what they doctored up. Joe is back atop the mound. Pasquantino steps in. Bobby Witt Jr. at second base. Royals lead 1-0. We're in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. And the pitch is hit high in the air to left center field. Kreidler and Larnach looking at each other, and Larnach races into the gap to make the catch as Kreidler, from a safe distance, cruises in behind him in a backup position. So a nice running grab by Trevor Larnach on a well-struck ball. We've played 2.5 innings at Target Field. It's 1-0 Kansas.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
With the
Minnesota Twins Ultimate VIP Tour. Immerse yourself in the great history of the franchise. Purchase this opportunity alongside your game ticket. Book now at twins.com/tours.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Avila facing Tristan Gray. Rojas in on the grass at third, and the first pitch is up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. It's funny because Gray is a guy who mostly swings away, but he had a bunt hit last night, and now they're playing him completely differently. Gray tries to check and can't. He swings through a changeup, 1-1. 10 for 26. His last 9 games, that's nearly a 400 clip. Breaking ball is rolled towards first base. Picked up by Pasquantini. Pasquantino steps on the base. More soft contact. That is the hallmark for Avila, and he's got a ton of it. First time through the order, he'll face the number 9 hitter, Kreidler. This series with the Royals brought to you by Royal Credit Union, where people matter and financial well-being comes first. Learn more at rcu.org. Kreidler swings at the first pitch about half the time. Highest percentage on the club. Doesn't swing here, and he takes in 1 ball, no strikes.
It's the small sample from Avila. You said he's got good height, good delivery, and his stuff comes freely out of his hand.
1-0 off the plate. Jensen tried to feather it back to the zone, doesn't get the call, 2-0.
He's got a good fastball. He's in 96, 97. Little slide piece right there that just off the plate. And a good changeup. Changeup mostly the left-hander so far.
2-0 is a curveball. He's thrown a couple of those effectively today. Not this one. It's 3-0 now to Kreidler. Larnach's on deck. Trevor will be the first guy to get 2 looks at Avila. 3-0 is in. Strike called. Solo home run for Carter Jensen to open the game. That's our only run. 1-0 Royals. And the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in, ball 4. So Kreidler takes his base. And before we flip to the top of the lineup card for Larnach's 1 out at bat, 10 seconds for station ID on your home for Twins baseball. Larnach lined out to left center field his first time up. This pitch to Larnach drops in for a strike. He got a first pitch curveball in the count 0-1.
A good one right there. Tight rotation on it, late break. It's a good tilt.
Second time through the order. Teams are 6 for 13. Double homer, 5 walks. That's what the Twins are hoping for today. This one chopped right back up the middle. They're going to get a double play. Witt grabs it right at the base, throws to first to get Larnach, and the minimum face. And a blink and you missed it, bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Royals. 4th inning looming on your home for Twins baseball. Before we get back to the Twins game, we wanted to deliver today's safe driving tip. Schneider and their professional truck drivers remind you, buckle up every time you drive. It's a simple step, but it makes a big difference. That's today's safe driving tip from Schneider Trucking.
Truck drivers, maximize your miles and earn top pay as a team driver at Schneider. Schneider just raised its pay for team drivers and has the freight to keep you moving. More business with small package parcel shippers creates new opportunities with DC to DC drop and hook freight. The advantages don't stop there. Schneider's teams also enjoy the newest trucks with factory installed power inverters and outlets, refrigerators, and memory foam mattresses. Join now and sign-on bonuses of up to $16,000 per team may be available. Find your team driving job at SchneiderJobs.com.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair delivers cleaner, filtered water while helping reduce plastic bottle use at your home and now at Target Field. Bring your reusable water bottle to the ballpark and fill it up at one of the Pentair water stations located throughout Target Field. Great tasting water, less plastic. It's a home run. Visit Pentair.com/twins to learn more. Pentair, the official smart, sustainable water provider of the Minnesota Twins.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump.
And it's good for the environment by cutting emissions, assuming it's safe for your car.
Any car made after
It's safe for your car.
Any car made after 2001 is good to go.
Speaking of good, it's made right here in Minnesota, which is great for our economy.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88, engine smart, earth kind. Visit mnfuels.com to learn more.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, this portion of Twins Baseball is brought to you by United Healthcare. Committed to care. Learn more at uhc.com.
Find Molly
For the
on
fourth
the
inning,
right.
here's Danny.
Come on.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everybody.
I think
Mike
that just
Garcia
goes to
leads
show
off.
that coaching's overrated.
And the first pitch on the outside
Joe has
corner.
not changed
Strike
that
one.
all.
And the first pitch
See
on
a
the
DH.
outside corner. Strike one. 3 homers, 22 driven
see a
in, 267. 3 homers, 22 driven in, 267 average. Fighting a little bit of a hamstring injury right now. And Ryan missed outside with a fastball. 1 run, 3 hits for the Royals. That was a leadoff home run by Carter Jensen. Since then, just a couple of soft base hits, singles by Pasquantino. A little flare into right field. That's going to be a tough play. Martin, he'll pull up and field it on the one hop. Just off the end of the bat, leadoff single to start top half of the fourth inning. Caglione bats. He is not batting.
Yeah, that is definitely not him.
Is
Lane Thomas.
Thomas going to bat. And most likely stay in the ball game. He takes it, breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike.
Typically only used against left-handed pitching. So we'll have to get an update on Caglione's status. He struck out looking back in the first, hasn't been tested in the outfield.
That one just missed outside. I'm trying to think. Caglione just had one at bat. He struck out looking. Might be just be under the weather. Tap foul. Lane Thomas hit a grand slam on Monday. It's his 3rd career grand slam. Hoping to get a little more offense out of him. Slider missed outside. Thomas in the box, batting with a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to shortstop. Should be 2. Gray to Lewis. Back to first and throws it away. He skips under the glove of Clemens and now into the camera well. And I believe Lewis is going to be charged with an error. Allow the runner Thomas to advance to second base. Kind of a tailor-made, and we were asking Gino, was finding out about the footwork around second base on Royce Lewis. He was near the bag playing up the middle. Got there, got the ball, and then the throw skipped under the glove of Clemens. Good feed, everything was right.
Just kind of sunk that ball down into the dirt in front of Cody.
Runner scoring position, Massey bats. Hit in the air, left field. Larnick drifting to his right. And Thomas going to tag up from third and now hold up as Larnick quickly gets the ball back in the infield. Boy, Massey, he likes to swing the bat early.
So does Collins. Collins was out on a pitch his last time up.
We've seen that with certain organizations. Sometimes, Chris, it's that philosophy, and it might have a lot to do with the fact that Ryan's on the mound, fills up the strike zone, don't want to get behind in the count on him, so try to do damage early. Thomas at second base, and a pitch to Collins missed outside. Collins 2 for 7 in this series. Switch hitter, little fire hydrant in the batter's box. Short and stocky. That one missed down and in. Switch hitter, little fire. 1 run, 4 hits for Kansas City. Twins with no runs, no hits. It's a foul. 2 balls and a strike. Ryan on the mound at 61 pitches here in the top of the 4th. High and away. Joe hasn't walked anybody, just a couple of strikeouts. Joe's season high punch-outs is 9. Career high is 12. Fouled off again on a 3-1 pitch. Joe's second time against Kansas City. He had the game in Kansas City, went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits. Got roughed up. Gave up a career 9 hits. 3-2 pitch on the way. Just outside. And Ryan on the mound kind of asked the home plate umpire, is that up? Is that away? No response from Ripperger, the home plate umpire.
It was out, and it was not a strike, so no challenge. You would have lost one there. And this is where the error on the double play ball comes back to get you, because now you're up to 7 extra pitches here for Joe Ryan.
Exactly, Chris. And now you got a kid up here, Rojas, that just playing in his second game, was called up the other day. He was in a minor league game and played in that game, went 1 for 3 in that game, got on a plane, flew in right before or during the storm. Got in mid-game. Pitch outside. And he got the base hit up the middle, didn't he? Driving the 2 winning runs.
Did you ever arrive like from a rehab or when you got called up in the middle of a game?
No. We arrived in Edmonton one time, went right to the ballpark. And a pitch. Hit down the left field line. Larnach's going to chase, but that's going to make it into the seats. Flying in Edmonton. And the had to unload the bus, stayed at the ballpark, played the game. And I just recall some of the starting pitchers, they got to leave the ballpark and
go to the hotel?
Go check into the hotel. Up there in Vancouver, we were playing like at 10 o'clock at night. Still sunshine. That was a long travel day. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit in the air, center field. Playable Kreidler. To his left, he waits and now puts that one away. Royals strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Brooks Lee, Clemens Bell. 1-0 Kansas City on your home for Twins baseball.
Kids grow out of calling mom mommy. They grow out of sleeping with a blankie. They grow out of eating stuff off the floor. They grow out of race car-shaped beds. They grow out of having invisible friends, hopefully. But a kid never grows out of baseball. They grow old with it. The joy, the lessons, and the memories stick with them like pine tar. Give your kid the lifelong gift of baseball. Learn more at twinscommunityfund.org. The Twins Community Fund, getting more kids in the game.
The Minnesota Twins Community Fund is supported in part by Cornerstone Partners, Target, U.S. Bank, Treasure Island Resort and Casino, Nike, and Uponor. We thank them for supporting youth baseball and softball throughout the upper Midwest. Get involved at twinscommunityfund.org.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
With the Twins Ultimate VIP Tour, immerse yourself in the great history of the franchise with a behind-the-scenes experience in one of baseball's most beautiful settings, Target Field. Book now at twins.com/tours.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Bottom of the fourth, Brooks Lee leads off. First pitch swinging, foul tipped into the glove of Jensen. Brooks grounded out to the second baseman, Massey. Massey's had 4 opportunities fielding ground balls today. No balls and a strike. Ground ball, that one's down the right field line, foul. We got to do an assignment here. Do we send an intern after to find out who the ball people are on the corner so when they make a good play, we can maybe talk about them like the Giants do?
Need like a little media guide with all their different
I don't need a media guide. I just need somebody to take a notepad down there. Ask him his name, where you're from. Tap off the foot of Lee. Just give me a name and where you're from. You in high school?
Age, name, hobbies.
Yeah. You got a favorite player. There's no chance they're on the grounds crew, right?
They used to be grounds crew guys, but I don't think they are anymore.
Okay. And we've got like 8 interns down there, right?
At least 8, maybe 10, maybe 12.
Well,
a lot of them.
I just need one. Swung on a miss. Lee goes down swinging. That's just the second strikeout for Avila. If one of those interns were there right now, he could walk down there and get up to the railing and just lean over and say, hey, what's your name? The broadcast crew would like to know a little bit about you. But I guess if you're on TV, you could do that. Swung on a miss by Clemens. They seem to get all the in-game interviews, right?
Maybe walk the warning track with the guy and talk to him. I don't know. Play catch with him. Mic him up.
I think I've seen that episode.
We did bring on Twins Radio the ball person life to the air.
We did. Fly ball, shallow left field. Routine. Shades his eyes, and that one's put away. 2 down.
And for those who aren't familiar, the Giants broadcast, they have these ball dudes, and they're
called ball dudes.
They have to be over 65, I think, usually retired. And they have a whole media guide, so they always know who's working, and they have a whole backstory.
And they wear a Giants uniform.
Mm-hmm. Have a number.
As Bell takes this one down and away, ball 1.
And the beauty is when you've got the older guys, I mean, that's a big resume. That's a big, you got a lot to talk about because they've done a lot.
Could be veterans and former attorneys. Fouled back, good cut. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down.
Maybe some former ball players.
Maybe.
In there.
Maybe they play in fantasy leagues.
Yeah. Fantasy camp.
Bell with a count of 1 ball, 1 strike, down 1-0. Avila delivers. Tapper foul. Grady Sizemore lets that go, and there's the ball person down the right field line. He's going to gobble that up. He's got credentials around his neck as well. So, could be an employee.
Mm. Getting hounded for that ball. He's not giving it up easily.
Well, he's probably looking for the right fan. In the hole is Bell, 1-2. Played off a changeup. Evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martin in the on-deck circle if the inning would continue. Avila rocks, delivers. There's a foul ball down the left field line.
Well played.
Well played out of this. He's going to give that ball away right away.
Got up off the chair, backed up, got the good hop.
Yes. That one's foul down the right field line. And again, boy, they're competing against one another.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Didn't even need to carry him on that one.
Well, he's got a pocket full of baseballs right now. Avila calls timeout. He wants a new baseball. Bell, in this series, 1 for 6 with a ribby. 33 on the year. Waiting for the home run. His 198 career. Big flies. Swung on and missed. Chased down and away, and another strikeout. 3 here this afternoon for Avila. Twins go quietly. 3 up, 3 down. 4 in the books. 1-0 Kansas City. We'll be back on your home for Twins baseball.
At Target, we're here for the love of the game and all that comes with it. And for you hometown sports fans, we've got everything you need to gear up and kick back during Twin season. For the hosts, we've got the most of everything you need for your backyard baseball barbecues. Brats? Got 'em. Burgers? Check. Peanuts? Popcorn? Say less. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Out of town scoreboard update brought to you by Northland Ford. Stop into your local Northland Ford dealer today for a full lineup of Ford vehicles. Only a couple other games going on around the big leagues right now, so we're going to dive back into last night and a thrilling conclusion to the Dodgers-Angels game.
Full count, the payoff. Freeman lets one fly in the air to deep right center field. We're at the wall, and we're going home! Freeman with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Yeah, Dodgers win at 1-0. Dodgers, since they have won 17 of their last 22 games, they have the best record in baseball going back to May 13th. As things stand right now, the second best record overall in the game behind Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's why nobody likes the Dodgers. They're too good. They got all the real good players. They're just a good organization. Got a ton of money. Isbell leads off for the Royals here in the top half of the 5th inning. And a pitch taken in there for a strike. You know, with that collective bargaining negotiations going on where the ownership presented a proposal to the union. That one misfired outside, 1-1. Initially, numbers $250 million for a salary cap, $150 million for a floor. And Dodgers are well over $400 million. Mets are over $400. Curve in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. How do you then get those teams down to the $250?
Good question.
And if you're the Dodgers, they've got the money to be over $400 million. They got the money to pay the best players. Swung on a miss. Isbell grabs some pine, and second strikeout for him. That's the 3rd strikeout for Joe Ryan.
It was a complicated issue, and you got to the point where both sides throw out early proposals, and then they argue over even what the semantics are within the proposals. Well, how are you counting that money? What do you count this against? What do you count that against? And hopefully they can do all that talking behind closed doors, because I would rather the baseball chatter be about Freddie Freeman hitting walk-off home runs than about the collective bargaining arguments on the daily basis. I'd rather hear about the play on the field than what's going on off the field.
Jensen takes first pitch inside. I agree 100%. And having been part of that union rep, there's leaks. And people leak information for a reason. Ground ball Dive stop by Lewis. Gets up, throws in time. Nice play all around. Royce Lewis on the grass, diving. Came up, short hop. Clemens at first base made a nice play.
Royce with a big smile on his face. He's looking over at Cody, and he says, I promise I'm going to get those in the air. But what a wonderful stop. Good reaction time.
Real nice play on both ends of it. Joe Ryan also kind of pointing his glove at Royce Lewis. Nice play. Here's Bobby Witt. 2 down, bases empty. Missed outside. Yeah, Bobby Witt, boy, the scouting report, sliders away, fastballs away, and there's a slider, swung on and missed. It's the one that you present. You can get him to swing at it, and it drops out of the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. He can definitely catch up your fastball. And there's a fastball, fouled straight back. He was on that. 2 down, bases empty, 1-0. The Royals lead off home run. Carter Jensen is 8th of the year. And that's been it. 3 other hits by the Royals, all singles. And strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice job, Joe Ryan. Good job, Royce Lewis. 3 up, 3 down, going to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Kansas City. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Hi, this is Danny Gladden, and Mesh, Besher, and Spence remind you that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins. When an injury throws you a curveball, go with the local veteran that always has your back. Whether it's workers' comp or car accident, they'll step up to the plate for you. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. Call Mesh, Besher, and Spence, the Minnesota lawyers, Minnesotans trust.
Sander delivers. Deep left center, way back.
OnX Fish, for fans who grew up hitting the lake with the Minnesota Twins on the radio. Download OnX Fish for iOS and Android for your free 7-day trial.
Twins go to the 7th game.
Step up to the plate, fans. It's game time, and nothing fuels your enthusiasm like Sheboygan Sausage Company.
Hey, it's Byron Buxton. Whether it's a home run or a grand slam, Sheboygan sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs always hit it out the park.
Smoked with the finest spices and bursting with flavor, Sheboygan is a guaranteed crowd pleaser.
So grab a Sheboygan sausage, bratwurst, or hot dog. Cheer loudly and taste the winning flavor.
Find Sheboygan Stadium quality sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs at Cub.
As the official outdoor adventure partner of the Minnesota Twins, Winnebago Industries wants you to hit the road or the water this summer. Whether you're a first-time RVer or a seasoned cruiser, Winnebago Industries has something for you with its full-time lineup of premium RV and boat brands. Visit WinnebagoIND.com to start your next adventure. Winnebago Industries. Be great outdoors.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Austin Martin in the box, and the first pitch. Check swing on a slider. Missed outside. Austin with a strikeout his first time up. 1 for 9 now in this series. RBI, 3 for 20 on the homestand. And that one is going to be challenged. Jensen, the catcher.
Catcher's challenging the pitch.
Field, it got over the plate. Not sure if it was too low. And that's a strike.
Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
The catchers are getting pretty good at that. They really are. And you're talking a 1/10 of an inch that's just getting the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tap foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And with this ABS, the box that they have, Chris, doesn't it float or change based on the batter?
Yeah, they measured everybody.
In spring training.
Yep.
You had to get shoes on, and they stood you upright.
Sometimes they measured you 2-3 times if they thought you were fudging it.
Yes. But the strike zone, as a catcher, I got to know everybody's strike zone. Line drive, base hit into right center field. Nice job. That's Austin Martin right there. Leadoff single, threat to run.
And that's the swing we've been waiting on for Austin Martin. He talked with us last night a little bit about how he's been getting pitched differently. He's trying to make some adjustments, but that's when he's at his best.
Fastball away. Got on top. Real pretty swing right there by Austin Martin.
Now let's see a motor.
Carantini bats, switch hitter. And Victor walked in his only at bat. Avila out of the stretch, and it's fouled off. Strike one. Well, fifth inning for this young right-hander. Said last time out, pitched against Cincinnati. He went 5 innings, gave up just 2 hits, 1 run. Did walk 4. And there's quickly strike 2. Got the win in that game through 86 pitches in 5 innings. Fly ball hit well to right field, and he's going to be off the wall. Martin around second. He's going to be held up at third. Carantini into second. Twins have something going here. Nobody out, second and third. And Royce Lewis will step to the plate.
Another extra base hit for Vic Carantini. He went through a stretch here to start the year where there was some contact, but not a lot of power, not a lot of damage. And of late, we're seeing the doubles, the home runs. And Derek Shelton feels like Vic has made the adjustments and with his body has gotten to the place to be the hitter they thought they were getting.
And here's Royce Lewis, grounded out. Second base his first time up. Royals are going to bring the infield in. Speed at third. Carantini the runner at second. Avila out of the stretch. Missed on a slider down and away. Royce Lewis just called up. He had 8 home runs in 13 ball games down there at AAA, drove in 19. Pulled foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talked to Royce today. He was coming from the back room with about a half a dozen bats. Mentioned to him, you only need 1. And a pitch. Check swing. Didn't go around.
He also had 2 or 3 gloves stacked on his head. He was trying to carry all of it at one time, and the bats were kind of clanging together.
Bats here with a count of 2-1, 2 on. Down 1-0. Swung on and missed. Chased that good slider down and off the plate. Boy, Avila, he's got some good stuff. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Need to put it in play. Check swing on a slider, didn't go.
Or if he walks in, Mr. Bases Loaded is on deck, and Tristan Gray.
I got to imagine it's a slider. As Lewis in the box, here it is. Check swing, held up, nice at bat. Takes the walk. Third issued by Avila today. Brian Sweeney, pitching coach, jogs out. All right, what kind of numbers you got on Gray? Bases loaded, they are off the chart.
Yeah, these are one of my favorite numbers to look up.
25 RBIs on the year. Aren't half of them with the bases loaded?
14 of them with the bases loaded. With the bases loaded this year, 10 plate appearances, 9 at-bats. He's 5 for 9, a double, 2 grand slams. He also has a sacrifice fly. That at-bat for Royce, by the way, reminds me of something Derek Shelton was talking about today at his office. He says it's not necessarily your at-bat. Hey, just do what you do every time you're in the batter's box. There's a team element here. It's the team's at-bat. And understanding the situation, Royce, he didn't get crazy, he didn't get big, he didn't try to hit a ball that he couldn't hit into the seats. He took his walk and pass the baton. That was a nice job.
He passed it to a good guy in gray here. Infield's going to play back, and the first pitch. Strike called on a changeup. Again, Avila, he's got all the pitches. First pitch changeup for a strike. Corners are pinched in. Curveball hit into center field, and that ball is going to hold up. Going to be caught. Twins are going to tie this game up as Martin tags up and touches home plate. 1-1 tie. On a sac fly, Tristan Gray.
Nice job getting the equalizer. It's been a nice inning. Good quality plate appearances here. Second time through the order. Let's see if Kreidler now can keep the line moving and see if the Twins can land some sort of a knockout blow on Avila, who's into uncharted territory here.
What's Gray's numbers on the bases loaded average-wise? Isn't it like three?
He was 5 for 9, so
okay,
yeah,
so
pretty good.
Way up there, but he takes it to another level. Little comebacker to the pitcher. He'll go to second, back to first in time for the double play off the bat of Kreidler. The Twins, though, tied it up on a sac fly, Tristan Gray. 1-1 through 5 on your home for Twins baseball.
Text and whatever. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Target Field has a lineup stacked with deals. Leading off, Tuesday is $1 a Dog Day. Kick your weekend into gear with Friday pregame happy hour. Fridays and Saturdays feature pregame $2 beers or every home game if you're a My Twins member. Sundays bring the 3 most magical words kids can hear: free ice cream. And don't forget the value stands throughout the ballpark. That's an all-star lineup that delivers deals all season long. Because when it comes to ballpark value, there's no place like here. Get your tickets at twins.com.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back here at Target Field, Danny Gladden along with Chris Atterbury. 1-1 tie. Joe Ryan out here for the top half of the 6th inning. Twins with a base hit. Martin. Double. Carantini high off the wall in right center. A Royce Lewis walk. Sac fly. And then Kreidler jumped on the first pitch. Hit a little one-hopper right back to the pitcher. He turned it into a 1-4-3. Double play. So Pasquantino in the box. Michael Garcia and Elaine Thomas. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. As Ryan Rocks fires. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Joe, 4 strikeouts. He's walked 1. 79 pitches coming up. And that one missed down and in. And Carantini going to ask for the challenge.
Catcher's challenge in the pit.
And he missed out on it.
Pitches the ball. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
Missed out on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's pulled well foul. Out in front, if you can hit that ball in that direction, that was A line drive over the Twins dugout.
Hit the glass there.
Yeah.
So the end of the Thriving Club.
Just a little bit early. Little nubber. That one's down the first base line, fielded by Clemens, foul territory. Pasquantini had a base hit his first time up. Flew out to left field. Leads off here, top half of the sixth inning. And a pitch. Lined into center field. Solid knock. Tried to get a fastball by him, and leadoff single for the Royals to start the top half. The sixth inning. Here is Garcia to bat. Hey, Play Ball Weekend is here, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. And you can visit playball.org to learn more and sign up for the free events near you today. Let's all play ball.
Hey, you started your day at a youth baseball game?
I did. I went over. Grandson Max got his first jersey, hat. As Garcia takes a breaking ball outside, ball one. He had been practicing in the backyard. His father, Jim, had been throwing to him underhand pitch, of course. Oversized bat, of course. And a pitch. Fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Do you have a cage? Did you make a cage?
He does not have a cage. He's got, you know what a pitchback is?
Yeah. You throw it and it bounces back to you and
yes.
you can catch it?
Yeah, he's got one of those. So, he's got the catcher's gear, and he looks great in catcher's gear. The problem is he misses the catch part.
Just the
1-1. Pitch high and tight.
But he likes to have the gear on. He likes the idea of being back there.
He loves baseball. He was into the monster trucks. Maybe it's seasonal with him, but he tried hockey. That didn't go well. But he's 4. And a 2-1. That one missed inside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Well, Royce Lewis said today with Gino, he said, we want to go out and play like we're 4 years old. Like that.
He did.
That kind of enthusiasm, and that's right where Max is.
Swung on a miss. Boy, a slow bender that Garcia was fooled badly. Just a slow sweeper. Run account full, 3-2. Pasquantino, the runner at first base, nobody out. And a pitch. Swung on a miss, came right back with the blinking ball. And Garcia takes a look back at Ryan as he heads back to the dugout. He swung at 2 balls well off the plate. Strikeout number 5. Lane Thomas came on in the 4th inning. Hit for Caglione. We have not heard why he left the ball game. Check swing foul. A good swing there.
We've got our best people on it. We've got some investigative folks digging into their sources with the Royals organization.
Say that again, our best people?
Our best people. Our best person. We only have one guy.
Missed on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. But what makes that person the best if he's the only one?
Yeah, he's the best. He's the worst. He's the only. That's all we got.
You never want to be the best. You just want to be good. Breaking ball came right back with it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now, he hasn't gotten us any information yet since he's been put on the case.
Well, I promise you he's not going to get it. Here's 1-2. Fly ball, shallow, left center. Kreidler, Lark. Oh, it's going to land in front of everybody. Kreidler kind of gave up on it and took his eyes off of it and looked at Larnach. And Larnach, boy, that ball was in center field.
Straight away.
And just watching Kreidler, he might have reacted 1 step back, but still pulled up on it way too soon. So that's going to land for a base hit. Pasquantino all he could do is get back to second base.
Now, do you think that has something to do with the fact that they smashed into each other at full speed in the first inning, so a little extra careful when he saw Larnach streaking into his area?
Well, when you're the left fielder, you've got a pie shape of there's my area. And you're a center fielder, you've got a pie shape of here's my area. And sometimes if you're spread out, there's a gray area in between. We always like to cover that gray area up so we could pinch left center. No gray area, the two pies connected. I know I can get there. I know he can get there. But I'm giving up the gray area toward the foul line. There ain't nobody over there. That one right there, that's, like you said, that was hit straight away, almost straight away center field. But didn't get a good read on it in center field. Larnach did, and Larnach did everything he could. Ran a long way. But it did look like Kreidler kind of gave up on it, took his eye off it, and maybe saw Larnach on a dead sprint and said, I already made contact with that guy. Here's Massey to bat, 2 on, 1-1 tie. Breaking ball outside. Pete Mackey made a quick trip to the mound, talked things over. Twins bullpen quiet right now. 93 pitches, Joe Ryan. We're in the 6th. Massey bats, dangerous. Tapper foul, right field line. Massey 0 for 2, a fly out to third, fly out to left. Left-hander warming up right now. I believe that's Taylor Rogers. Kansas City has a left-hander in their bullpen. A fastball, good pitch. Boy, he grunted that one up at 95. Daniel Lynch is the left-hander for Kansas City. Taylor Rogers, the left-hander for Minnesota, is Ryan. Boy, Ryan shook off 2 times, nodded his head yes. Shook off, and now a little spin move. Checking Pasquantino at second base, hold him back. Top of the 6th inning, 1-1 tie. Twins only 2 hits. Hit into center field. Kreidler started in and now drifts back. Pasquantino, he's not even going to try. So a fly ball out number 2. And now to get Isaac Collins to the plate. Series versus the Royals brought to you by Royal Credit Union, where people matter and financial well-being comes first. Learn more at rcu.org. Right shoulder soreness from Caglione. As Collins takes a fastball in there for a strike.
That solves that mystery.
Yep. And I'm not sure if our best got that.
Yeah, he went over on that. That was a swing and a miss.
No balls and a strike. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Collins on the year. He's got an average 273. So he's hitting 215 right now. 3 homers, 16 driven in. Runs that one off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. 98 pitches.
Biggest at bat of the ball game. Tie game. Runner in scoring position. I think probably Joe's last guy. Let's walk off the field. Don't make him come get you here and put Rogers in a pickle with the bags full.
Check swing. They're going to appeal, see if he went. He held up, says crew chief Dan Bellino at third base. Ryan this year has gotten that 100-pitch mark twice. 101, his third start in 5 innings. Went 106, 6 innings at Cleveland. Big pitch, 3-1. Check swing, and he walked him. That's going to load him up with 2 down for Rojas, the batter. Second walk. He's walked 2 today, both of them to Isaac Collins. So here's a guy 0 for 2, Rojas, in just his second game with Kansas City. Ryan out of the stretch. Ground ball fielded by Ryan. He'll jog over and underhand flip. So Rojas taps back to the pitcher. Nice job, Joe Ryan. Most likely his afternoon is done. They leave him loaded. Bottom of the 6th, all tied up 1-1 on your home for Twins baseball.
Hi, this is Glenn Perkins. Today's game is brought to you in part by James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's #1 brand of siding. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
This is Ryan Jeffers from the Minnesota Twins and ambassador for the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games. United Healthcare is the proud co-presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympic USA Games, which is coming to Minnesota this summer. It's one of the biggest sporting events of the year, and we're thrilled to welcome more than 3,000 incredible athletes with intellectual disabilities. Let's help make their experience unforgettable. Get involved and sign up to volunteer at 2026usagames.org.
No outs, 2 on, and look who's coming to the glass, Andy.
Ken, we're in for a treat because Kemp's Protein Plus Milk is packing some serious power. 13 grams of protein per cup. We're talking a heavy hitter.
Plus 50% less sugar.
And it's from Kemp's, a farmer-owned brand with the creamy taste we love. That's an MVP, most valuable protein milk. What do you think, Ken? Hey, save a glass for me. Kemp's Protein Plus Milk. Kemp's, it's the cows.
Here is where it all starts. Here's where pages are turned and new legends are written. Here's where kids become lifelong fans and lifelong fans become kids. Here's where sunsets last longer, happy hour tastes better, and summer hits its stride. And when all of Twins territory stands together and believes hard enough, well, there's no place like here. Get your tickets at twins.com.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, that's going to be it. The afternoon is over for Luinder Avila. He went 5 innings, only 2 hits. Gave up 1 run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He'll give way to the left-hander, veteran Daniel Lynch. First pitch to Trevor Larnach, down and away, ball 1. Larnach 0 for 2 this afternoon. Early in the ballgame had a violent collision with center fielder Kreidler. First pitch up and into the backstop. Boy, Larnach, that would have left a mark. Brooks Lee due up next, and then Cody Clemens top of the order. Twins just 2 hits, got a double and a single. Back-to-back hits in that 5th inning. Lynch in his 26th game, they use him a lot. Delivers on the outside corner for a strike. Little blue darter at 94. Lanky left-hander. First round draft pick back in 2018. Fly ball hit to right field, hit fairly well into the corner, and it's going to be caught. In front of the wall underneath that overhang, Lane Thomas read it pretty good. Sounded a little hollow off the bat of Trevor Larnach.
And you can see Thomas, the veteran, so casual, drew a beat on that one, didn't panic. Tight confines out there. Maybe a younger outfielder doesn't take quite the same easy line to it, but a nice play by Thomas.
And here is Brooks Lee, first pitch outside, ball 1. Lynch was originally a starter with Kansas City. Missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. At 15 starts in 2021. ERA almost at 6. Came back 27 starts the following year as Lee swings and misses on a changeup. And that's when they started really doing a deep dive on him. He went 4-13 with a 5.13 ERA. popped up. First base, Pasquantino routine here. As 2 down.
He was one of 4 number 1 picks that year, and they were all college starters. Brady Singer, Chris Bubich.
Singer with Cincinnati now.
Yep.
I liked him.
Bubich, who struggled, went to the bullpen,
Yep.
came back and became an all-star, and now he's injured. And then Jackson Kowar, who didn't work out, was well-traveled. Actually, the Twins had him in spring camp, and then Lynch was the 4th.
2 down, bases empty. Cody Clemens, that one skips to the backstop. Head on down to the Farm Minor League update. How about yesterday, Cedar Rapids Colonels? They won 8-3 against Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Shortstop Merrick Houston, he went 3 for 5, couple of homers, stole a base. Twins, number 8 prospect, now batting .302. Check swing, and Cody could not hold up. A 1-1 tie, 6 hits for the Royals, just 2 hits for the Twins. And 1-1. That one missed just outside and low. Lynch, part of this A bullpen for Kansas City. Throws hard, ground ball, first base. Pasquantino gloves it cleanly, steps on the bag and retires. Cody Clemens, a 3-up, 3-down inning here. 6 in the books here at Target Field. 1-1 tie. We'll be back on your home for Twins Baseball.
Five-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa with special guest, Government Mule. Live in concert on Saturday, August 15th at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Tickets on sale now at TICasino.com. Don't miss this night of genuine rock with Joe Bonamassa and Government Mule.
A mortgage, kids, retirement, maybe even Twins tickets to catch a game. Life math is complicated. Luckily, there's Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. They offer all the banking products you need. Plus, they put their members first. It's a home run. And with over 30 branches across the state and a top-rated mobile app, banking with them is super convenient. It's values-based banking at its best. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Learn more at affinityplus.org. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Get everything you need for your garden project now at Menards. Schultz Granule Plant Food is specially formulated to make your flowers healthier and bloom brighter. It's easy to use, requires no mixing, and it contains micronutrients that encourage rapid blooming while providing rich color and strong root development. Save big on Schultz Plant Food, located in our garden center. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards. La Playa can sound like... For others, it's... But this is our playa. Corona. La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, this portion of Twins Baseball, always brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. I'd like you to log on to ChevyDealOnline.com and find the dealer near you. New pitcher on the mound for the Twins. Good job, Joe Ryan today. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. Walked a couple, 5 strikeouts. Take you the rest away. Here's Chris.
And there's Taylor Rogers facing lefty Kyle Isbell. Isbell feigns as if to bunt and takes a ball, 1-0. 13 of Taylor's 16 appearances, last 16 have been scoreless, but when you work out of a bullpen, they don't talk about the ones where you don't give up runs as a strike called, because 2 of the 3 he did allow runs were ninth-inning runs that cost the Twins games. The Reynolds walk-off in Pittsburgh, and he took the loss here the other night, as this one is bunted beautifully out in front of home plate. Caratini has it, throws to first, and nice job, Vic Caratini. Ball never left the dirt apron as Caratini pounced on it like a bulldog on a pork chop, and he throws him out at first base, and there's one away.
You know, if you're a young player and you're the catcher, the ball's bunted, like you said, down the third base line. Caratini ran around the ball, so he had now his back to the third baseman before he reached down to pick it up. So it's just now pick it up a step and throw.
That's a really good point, Danny. The fundamental footwork that goes into making that play look as routine as it was. Here's Jensen. Lefty facing Rogers, sweeper for a strike, and the count 0-1.
The other way would be if it's more down the third base line, let's say on the grass, out of that dirt cutout, you run, you turn your back to the pitcher, and you pick it up and then spin and throw. Spin.
Check swing at another sweeper, and that's a strike, and it's 0-2. Always impress the guys when they spin, knowing how to pick up the target at first base as they're coming out of their spin. 0-2 pitch, wide, 1-2.
It's no different than a shortstop when they dive, and they dive in the hole, they get up. They have some radar, and they know exactly where it is, and they can come up and kind of blindly throw over there.
Here's the 1-2. Just did miss. They're going to challenge it. Vic thinks it's a strikeout.
Here's challenging the pitch.
I think he's right.
Pitch is a strike. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
Jensen will grab some bench, and Bobby Witt Jr. will be the final hurdler for Rogers. All that stands between the Twins and the 7th inning stretch. Our game is tied at 1. Solo home run for Carter Jensen to open the ball game. The Twins got a sac fly from Tristan Gray in the 5th. The bases loaded with nobody out, scored just the single run.
What the ABS has done, there would have been barking from the dugout on that pitch.
First pitch is strike here, and it's 0-1.
The hitter would have been complaining that, hey.
No matter how it was called, someone was going to be mad.
Yes.
Rogers 0-1 to Witt. Off his hands, got right in his house, and it's fouled away 0-2. Got a group in the upper deck in left with the shirts off, and they're a little low on energy out in that sunshine. Do not have quite the tarps off fervor that we saw during the rain delay the other night. Sometimes the tarp's better left on. 0-2 in the air, left field. Long running day for Larnach. Chases after it, grabs it near the wall, bangs against the wall without number 3 in his glove. Boy, has Trevor had a workout in left field today. Rogers a 1-2-3 7th. It's stretch time here at Target Field. See if the Twins can break this 1-1 deadlock after this on the home for Twins baseball.
Let's step back in time with this date in Twins history, narrated by Dick Bramer.
June 6, 2004. Joe Mauer was playing in just his 5th career game and came to the plate with 2 runners on in a tie game in the 8th inning.
Here's a pitch. High drive. Deep right center field. Way back. Hey, Joe Mauer, touch 'em all. First major league home run, and the Twins have the lead at 6-3.
Mauer's homer came off of Tiger starter Esteban Yan as the Twins held on to win 6-5. Mauer hit 143 home runs in his 15 seasons with the Twins.
To catch the next moment in Twins history, get your tickets at twins.com.
Let's get the Pilot Games real impact from this one. When you play Pilot Games, your community wins. Carter Jensen, a lead-off homer off of Joe Ryan, got the Royals on the board. Twins, not much to speak of until the 5th inning. They had the bases loaded. Tristan Gray had a sac fly to tie things up. Royals threatened, though. They had the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Joe Ryan got out of it.
Ryan out of the stretch. Ground ball fielded by Ryan. He'll jog over and underhand flip. So Rojas taps back to the pitcher. Nice job, Joe Ryan. Most likely his afternoon is done. They leave him loaded. Bottom of the 6th, all tied up 1-1.
Yeah, he did exit the game after that, but a nice top of the 7th there from Taylor Rogers. Now, Chris, how about if we get a couple runs here in the home half of the 7th?
It will not be easy, Gino. I hope you are correct, but Lucas Ursak can be tough. Sinker-slider guy. Four-seamer as well. He has struggled this year. He's lost his closer role. He faces Josh Bell, and Bell fouls one away, and the count is 0-1. A couple numbers jump out with Ursak. Here's a guy who has 11 saves this year, but he's blown 6 of them. His ERA is at 6.45. And Danny, 22 and a third innings, 20 strikeouts, so those are down. 15 walks. Team's hitting .326 against him, but Bell skies this one straight up the stovepipe, right at home plate, and Jensen catches it. So 2 pitches for out number 1. You look at Ursag's stuff and you think, how possibly is he giving up this many base runners and runs? Because he's got the good stuff.
Well, he does, and, that's what's tough about being a bullpen guy. If I'm a hitter and I'm struggling 0 for 10, 0 for 12, I get my 4 at-bats the next day. He may sit for a while and then come into a jam and still be not good.
Pitch for a strike to Martin. Martin has scored the Twins' only run today, singled and scored in the 5th.
And when you read a report like that, he's struggling a little bit, a lot of walks. You go up there and you be patient, and all of a sudden now you let him get back in a groove.
Yeah, it's quickly 0-2. Sinker there, and it's 0-2, and no evidence of the wildness
97
reported. You walk back, you look at your hitting coach, and you say, really?
Yeah, nice. Well, can't rely on them all the time. Don't forget, you get in the batter's box, you don't have a hitting coach.
0-2 bounces, 1-2. Let's take 10 quick seconds for Station IT on your home for Twins baseball. Ursag on the third base side of the rubber delivers, and a breaking ball is hit foul up the third base line. Rojas backhands it there. It stays 1-2. Bottom of the 7th, tie game. We talked all about all these close games the Royals were playing coming into the series, and sure enough, they've won 1 by 2. They've lost 1 by 2. Late and close, the name of the game for the 2026 Twins. 1-2. Looked at down, good take. This series with the Royals brought to you by Royal Credit Union, where people matter and financial well-being comes first. Learn more at rcu.org. Part of a 7-game homestand here, wraps up tomorrow. Pitch down and in, nice job, 3-2. So working back towards potentially that walk we were talking about. As Ursag started 0-2, now 3-2. Frame is up, the pitch delivered, and he missed badly in ball 4. Nice at bat from Austin Martin. As you said, Danny, you're all alone in the batter's box, and Austin that time kind of regained control, wrestled back control of that at bat from Ursag, didn't get himself out, and now he's the go-ahead run.
Yeah, and after Ursag threw that last pitch, he just turned around, and you could see his head bobbing, he's upset, yelling at himself.
Vic Caratini has walked and doubled. 5 for his last 6. 6 for his last 11. Takes low. Much of the homestand, there's been one recurring theme on the homestand. There's a guy who shows up in a full-on George Washington costume who's been here, I think, almost every game. He's up in left field again. So throw over to first, and Martin dives back. Pasquantino thought they should challenge you. Royals are thinking about it, looking back to the phone on the back wall of the dugout that leads to the clubhouse and the review room. They will not challenge. He was the first guy in the game yesterday, just a guy in a George Washington suit. I don't know if he washes it between games or what. Pitch on the way, and it's a little nubber foul, and the count 1-1. Who will blink first? 1-1 our score. Yoendris Gomez is milling around on the bullpen mound for the Twins. Bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Lewis is on deck. Caratini will get time. Ursag looks in, holds a glove tight to his chest, peeks over his shoulder briefly. Martin doesn't run. A check swing, the appeal. He went, and down goes Victor Caratini, striking out on a slider. It'll be up to Royce with 2 outs. Well, Royce nearly beat out a ground ball, but upon review, A challenge made by the Royals dugout. He was found to be out 4-3 back in the second. Turned 27 years of age yesterday. Nice birthday present, a return to the big leagues. Pitch for a strike, 0-1. He and Joe Ryan share a birthday. Royce was 27, Joe was 30 yesterday. Joe in 6 one-run innings to celebrate the start of his 31st year. Massey towards the bag at second, hole right side, and this ball is popped up. Weak pop-up left side of the diamond. Called for by Witt. He'll make the catch. And Irsay, a scoreless 7th inning. We go to the 8th. It's still 1-1 on your home for Twins baseball.
It's time for a Twins player profile.
Hi, this is Austin Martin. What was your first job? My first job ever was a sales rep for Cutco Knives. Favorite memory from minor league days? I have a ton of great memories. I think just all the bus rides, like 14, 18-hour bus rides, just being on there with the boys, hanging out. I think those are my most memorable moments in the minors. What is your favorite baseball memory growing up? My favorite baseball memory growing up was probably my first home run, just because I had been waiting so long for it, and I remember hitting it, and my parents weren't at the game, so I had to go in the dugout, ask my coach if I can grab my phone and call him and tell him. And if you retired from baseball tomorrow, what would you do for a job? I would probably go to school to be an air traffic controller like my dad, or join the military. This has been Austin Martin.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Target Field isn't just for baseball. It's the perfect place for your next event. Whether you're planning an intimate gathering or a large celebration, our versatile year-round venues offer the ideal setting for connection and collaboration. With endless possibilities and unique features, our spaces can be customized and scaled to suit any occasion. Hosting your event at Target Field guarantees an unforgettable event and experience for you and your guests. For more information, visit targetfieldevents.com today.
Twins trying to squeeze a few more outs out of Taylor Rogers. He'll face the lefty Pasquantino. Pitch on the way, and Pasquantino swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. He bounced out against Taylor in the ballgame the other day. Pasquantino swings and tips the 0-1 foul. It's 0-2. Rogers came on to face Pasquantino in the 8th inning. There was a runner aboard. He bounced him out to end the threat and then gave up a couple of hits. Would eventually score with Lawrence on the mound. Cost the Twins the ballgame.
Yeah, I think he's just getting this guy right here.
0-2 is low. Yeah, we got Caglianone's out of the game, so it's righty Garcia, then the righty Lane Thomas.
And you got a righty in Gomez.
Yoendris is up. So the key when you get in a spot like that is make sure you get the guy you're supposed to get.
Exactly.
There's a plan. You just got to stick to it. The 1-2, just off the corner, and the count is 2-2. Raj nods his head and delivers. Swung on and popped up. Nice pitch. Foul territory in front of the Twins dugout for Clemens. Cody's right there on the dirt, makes the catch. And Taylor Rogers does his part of the plan, and we'll see if Derek Shelton's going to come get him here. And here comes Shelty off the top step. He'll circle around and come get Taylor Rogers. Job well done. 4 up and 4 down for Raj. This pitching change brought to you by Uponor. It's a GF brand. Count on Uponor for plumbing that performs. Scoreboard update with Gino is next as Gomez coming in on your home for Twins baseball.
Shinedown returns. Dance Kid Dance, Act 2. Friday, August 21st, live at the Treasure Island Amphitheater with special guest Coheed and Cambria. Shinedown. Get tickets at TICasino.com. Shinedown Live.
You better pick up because your thirst is calling. This year at Target Field, come check out our new deal. $2 beers before first pitch on Friday and Saturday. Don't leave your thirst hanging. For more info, visit twins.com/ticket. Valid for all fans 21 and up with a valid ID.
It's a trip to Wrigley Field on this out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Northland Ford. Stop at your local Northland Ford dealer today for a full lineup of Ford vehicles. After getting hammered by the Giants yesterday, the Cubs hoping for better results. Rafael Devers put the Giants on top with a solo homer in the bottom of the 7th, but the Cubs had an answer.
And get a little rally started. Cubs are down by a run. Pete drives one in the air to right. Going back is Lee. That ball's got a chance. Gone. PCA with a home run to right. Ball game tied 1-1.
Yeah,
There's a rally?
Yeah, Coom, that is a rally. Those homers actually came in the 6th. This game's tied at 1 in the 7th. Chris.
I'm glad Coom was there to help you out, Gino. He was always willing to lend a hand. Andres Gomez is on the pitch here. Gomez has been really good with the Twins. 15 games, a .68 ERA, 3 saves. 18 punch-outs in just 13 and a third innings. And Andres Gomez will take on Michael Garcia and Jack Caglione in a 1-1 game here in the top of the 8th. They split the first 2 games. Low-scoring affair here in Game 3. If the Twins win today, they'll be 8-8, 16 games into this 17-game stretch. Also guarantee a winning homestand. Gomez delivers a strike, and the count is 0-1. Lefty Strom is up in the pen for Kansas City. Both pens are thin. Both pens have struggled this year at times. 0-1. Sweeper popped up center field. Kreidler coming in. Lewis going out. It's Kreidler's ball. And Ryan makes the catch, 2 outs. Well, celebrate in style. Book a Target Field suite and do it today. Enjoy premium views. Get an exclusive space for your crew. Make your next game one to remember. Book today at twins.com/suites. And when it gets hot and sticky outside, beauty of the suite is you can go outside, then you can duck in, get a little bite to eat, come back outside, spread around. Maybe there's someone in your group that talks the whole time. You don't want to listen to them. You can space out. Good way to watch a game. Lane Thomas takes wide, 1-0.
So I should go out on. I should move?
I don't know if we got enough room.
Wow.
For you to get away from me, Danny. 1 ball and no strikes. Here it comes. Pitch wide. Again, it was right shoulder soreness for Jack Caglione. Byron Buxton's over there going, really? I'll show you right shoulder soreness. Crashing into the wall at 100 miles an hour. It's a pitch down and away. Don't lose him. 3-0. Hopefully Caglione's okay. We have the finale of this series tomorrow. Hope to see him in there. They got Garcia back today. He's DHing, yet to play in the field. And the 3-0 is a strike. It's 3-1. Who will blink first? 1-1. Staring contest here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs, empty bases. Lee guards the line deep at third base. And the pitch swung on and popped up. It's off to our right. Fan in a Nick Gordon jersey next to a fan in a Joey Gallo jersey. Neither can make the play. And it's 3-2. That was right near Lindison. But Lindaless. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Yoendris. Gomez poised on the rubber. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up again. Foul. Spinning out of play over the first base dugout. 3-2 still. Gomez needs 1 more pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, infield deep. Here it comes. And it's off the corner, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Lane Thomas, and now here's Michael Massey. Entered with a 6-game hitting streak, driving in a run in 5 of those 6 games. He is 0 for 3 today. Everything in the air against Ryan. A pop-up in foul territory to Brooks at third. Flight out to Larnick in left, Kreidler in center. Massey's dangerous. And he watches the first pitch strike. That was that sweeper. And sweeper has really proven to be the pitch that Gomez can lean on when he really needs either a swing and miss or a called strike. 0-1. Swung and a miss. It's 0-2.
He can lean on that pitch there, too. That's a good velocity fastball. Has options here to finish him off.
No balls and 2 strikes to Massey, the former Illinois star. Go-ahead runs at first base. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Gomez, third pitcher of the day behind Ryan and Rogers. Clemens holds the runner. And the 0-2 pitch is check swing foul near Collins in the on-deck circle. Stays 0-2, and Danny went back to the heater there. It was down and away. Would have been ball 1, but Massey felt like he had to offer at it and fouled it off.
Yeah, too close to take with 2 strikes. Watching Lane or Thomas at first base, very short lead, very.
0-2. Swung on a foul away again. Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to move at all. As a younger player, he was a guy that would run once in a while.
He's got 3 stolen bases, been thrown out 3 times. But you've got Massey that he could turn on one. Good gap power.
There's the pitch again. And this one right back up the middle, knocked down by Gomez, picks it up, throws to first, and the inning is over. Hopefully Gomez is okay. It looked like it hit him in that lavender glove. He couldn't squeeze that liner at 97, knocked it down, picked it up, and throws him out. And the inning is done in scoreless fashion. Bottom of the 8th we go. Still 1-1 on your home for Twins baseball.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Old Wisconsin. Want in? Stop by your neighborhood Quick Trip and buy any Old Wisconsin product with quick rewards for your chance to win cash. Try beef and cheddar or beef and jalapeno smokestack. Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Hey, have a winning season with Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Quick Trip and Old Wisconsin, proud partners of Twins baseball.
We know you expect premium performance and dependable durability from your Case IH equipment, and you should demand the same from the parts you put inside it. Only Case IH genuine parts are guaranteed to perform to the same rigorous standards as your Case IH equipment. They're engineered to work harder and last longer so you can maximize your uptime and minimize your maintenance intervals. Others can imitate, but none can replicate. Nothing beats the original. For Case IH genuine parts, visit Johnson Tractor in Wisconsin.
Innovative is the hometown supplier of restroom and office essentials for the Twins. We're proud to sponsor the Double Plays program, donating $100 to Fight Like a Ninja every time the Twins turn 2. As workplace needs evolve, count on Innovative. Learn more at innovativeos.com.
Twins fans, baseball season is just heating up. Celsius and Cup Foods are bringing major league energy to the Twin Cities. Whether you're heading to the Twins game, hosting the watch party, or stocking up for the next series, grab Celsius at Cup Foods and keep the energy up inning after inning. Celsius Frizz-Free delivers the same great flavors and Celsius energy, just without the bubbles. Find Celsius at your nearest Cub. Let's go Twins!
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, with the lefty Strom on to pitch, Tristan Gray called back to the dugout, and Luke Keeschall will take his at-bat. So Keeschall here in the 8th inning with Kreidler to follow, and then Trevor Larned. You're looking at Derek Shelton's options and his lineup card here today. He has Orlando Arcia still. You would think he wants to stay away from Byron Buxton, so probably just Arcia and Alex Jackson. Keeschall leads off, trying to start what could be a game-winning rally. Keeschall against Strom, and the first pitch watched right into the glove, and the count is 0-1. Strom comes set, bends at the waist, long hair for the West Fargo native, and the pitch is popped up, foul ground. Pasquantino chasing it and catching it near the fence in foul territory. We've seen so many of those pop-ups from Luke Keyshaw this year. And he pops out to right, and the hitter is now Kreidler. A couple of options now for Schulte if he wants to keep Orlando Arcia as an option. You know, you could move Brooks to short, Royce to third, Keyshaw can play second, or they could burn two guys and just put Arcia in at shortstop.
Arcia's in the on-deck circle.
So we're going to move all sorts of people around as the pitch is down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
You're probably get Arcia at first. You're going to throw Clemens out in left field.
Brooks going to short.
Keyshaw at second.
Talk about that position versatility. We're going to see it. 1 ball and no strikes to Kreidler. Kreidler watches down and away. Kreidler had the biggest opportunity in the ballgame. After the sac fly from Gray, they were still 2 on with 1 out in the 5th. And on the first pitch, he topped it right back to Avila for a double play. That's why partially we're still tied. 2-0 is high. Now 3-0. Kreidler can become the winning run at first base. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out, 3-0 count. And the 3-0's in for a strike from Strom. One of the league's top lefties, 2-1 to the 3.93 this year in 19 games. Carved out a really nice career. 3-1 pitch, swung through. Boy, that slider at 81 just floating up there and then ducking and diving away from that bat. Full count. Pitch on the way. Swung on and rolled to shortstop. Bobby Witt Jr. waiting for it. Scoops it up. Boy, he throws in a hurry. And Kreidler is out. Here's Arcia. But Bobby Witt Jr. got rid of that ball so quickly.
He knows Kreidler runs fairly well, so I wanted to hurry up. Sat back on a little bit.
It'll be Arcia's at bat with Lee on deck. We have 2 outs here in the 8th inning. We'll look ahead, brought to you by James Hardy. Series with Kansas City and the stretch of 17 games in 17 days finishes up tomorrow with a 1:10 start. Connor Prelip gets the ball against Noah Cameron. And look ahead to home improvements. Look to James Hardy. Hardy Siding, America's #1 brand of siding. We're on at noon. Inside Twins, John Vitas with Mark Hallberg, Twins bench coach. And then at 12:30, the pregame lineup card. You'll want to go behind the batting cage with Danny and Hammer, Josh Willingham. And then, of course, baseball with Connor Prelip getting the start. Twins will hopefully be looking to win 3 of 4 from the Royals. Have to win this one first. Tied at 1 here, bottom 8, 2 out, empty bases. Strom delivers to Arcia, and a big swing and miss to Orlando, and it's 0-1. Gino mentioned, and it was on the postgame show, he mentioned it again today, Orlando's older brother Oswaldo was the last outfielder for the Twins to throw out 2 people at home plate in the same game before Martin did it last night. There is a caveat. That was a Yankees game. Ricky Nolasco, by the way, started as a check swing. Did he go? No. And it's 1-1. The caveat is that one of those 2 outs at home plate, he threw the ball, hit the cutoff man, there was a run down, and it eventually went to home plate, and the guy got out. So it wasn't a pure assist to the plate. I believe that was also the game that occurred the day after Ricky Nolasco bought us a very nice dinner at Del Fresco's in New York. 1 ball and 1 strike to Orlando Arcia. And that's taken in. 2-1. Need a base runner. Brooks on deck.
I saw him one time. They told him no balls over your head, no doubles. He actually played on the warning track.
That was Cleveland.
On the warning track.
Yep, he was standing on the dirt as a swinging miss by Orlando, 2-2. Standing on the dirt, literally, if he reached behind him, he touched the wall.
A base hit is a double, and you're trying to prevent a double.
Old Ozzie. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Orlando. Younger of the Arcia brothers who have worn a Twins uniform. The pitch taken low. There we go, ball 3. Second consecutive full count. Give Brooks a chance to catch lightning in a bottle here. Brooks' alma mater had a rough day out in West Virginia. 17-1, West Virginia over Cal Poly. They're delayed in the top of the 8th. 3-2. Swung on and hit high in the air for Orlando Arcia. This one's back to the warning track. His brother's not there. It's a home run. Liftoff for Orlando. And the Twins lead 2-1 here in the 8th inning. And the crowd is on its feet at Target Field. Orlando Arcia lifts one into the 3rd row in left field. His first home run as a Twin. We saw some of that in spring training. And Danny, you talked about it then. Here's a veteran guy. He said, look, you're going to play a couple times a week. See if you can do some damage. Try to unlock that pull power. And he did so right there. So the Twins lead at 2-1. Orzi's up in the pen. He's going to try to save it. Brooksley hoping to add on. He takes a strike.
Yeah, and Orzi going to have that, bottom third of the order for Kansas City.
Brooks is 0 for 3. Pitch on the way, and Lee hits this one on the ground to third base, plucked out of the dirt by Rojas. His throw is a little bit high, but Lee is out, and we're going to go to the top of the 9th inning. Orzi's going to try to save a 2-1 Twins win and make Orlando Arcia the hero. It's 2-1, headed to the 9th on your home for Twins baseball.
Treat your taste buds to Giant Snacks Mega Cashews. Big on flavor, big on crunch, and big on benefits. Mega in size and packed with bold flavors like Bacon Ranch, Delicious Dill Pickle, Classic Salted, and our newest favorite, Big Easy. As a naturally plant-based protein, Giant's Cashews are a smart snack for your body and soul. With so many nuts, seeds, and flavors to choose from, you really can't go wrong. Giant Snacks, proud to be the official sunflower seed of the Minnesota Twins since 2004.
It's time to play ball and play to win. Pilot Games and the Minnesota Twins have teamed up for an all-new E-Tab game, Twins Wins. Step up to the plate for your chance at big prizes while cheering on the Twins all season long. It's fast, it's fun, and it makes every game even more exciting. Plus, when you play Twins Wins, you're also supporting local Minnesota charities with every play giving back to your community. Step up and play. Follow Pilot Games MN to find a location near you. Pilot Games, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins.
That is the sound of a butt being worked clean off. Exactly the kind of worked off butt Duluth Trading bills underwear for. Sweaty butts and achy butts, scratchy butts and funky butts. Stress butts too. If there's a butt being worked off, there's an underwear for it that cools, that comforts, underwear that works. Duluth Trading. Underwear for folks who work their butts off.
Hey Twins Territory, Justin Morneau here. If you're looking for a summer trip on the lake, Madden's offers a setting that's hard to match. Beautiful shoreline, great dining, and experiences for every generation. Maddens.com. Use promo code TWINS to save 10% on your vacation.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Eric Orzi is on to pitch. He's going to face Collins, Rojas, Isbell, scheduled batters. 2-1 Twins lead. Defensive changes. Clemens moves to left field. Arcia goes to short. Keyshal's at second. And Royce Lewis, welcome to first base. His first big league action at first will come in a 2-1 game in the 9th inning. He's deep and guarding the line as Collins bats from the left side and takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. He told us in the pregame he's trying to find a glove he's comfortable with, Danny, and he's got one on down there now. I'll be interested to see which one he picked.
Hey, that's a rental.
The 0-1. Swung on and hit through the right side for a base hit. Isaac Collins rolled it between Keyshaw and Lewis. Collins now the tie and run at first base, and here's Rojas. It's the first hit since Pasquantino's single in the 6th. Orzi this year has a save as Tolbert's going to come on and run for Collins. Tolbert won't be sticking around for long. And of interest here now, Danny, is you've got a guy who's never played first in a game at the big league level, just one in the minor leagues, and you're in a situation where you have to hold a speedy would-be base team.
Yeah, and you're going to have to shuffle off and get ready on the left-hander if he happens to pull that ball down, plus a pickoff move.
There goes the runner, and the pitch is a strike, and the throw to second is a good one, and he's not in time. Twins may want to look at this. Looked like he had the hand in front of Arcia's tag. There's a strike to Rojas. Tolbert saying, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. I'm not going to stick around for long. He goes to second base, and now the tying run is in scoring position for Rojas. Brooks is still cornered off at third. Royce is in at first. You're thinking maybe the bunt. He squares, takes it back, takes a strike. Royce said he went through every play with Justin Morneau the other day, and he's seen every play here in one batter. 2 strikes, he can back up now. Lee is still cornered off at third. Tyne runs at second base. The pitch is rolled right back to the mound. Orsi has it, looks back to second. The throw, the tag, not in time. Everybody's safe. Arcia wants him to challenge this one. Orsi spun. Tolbert was frozen. He threw back to second base. Arcia the tag. Called safe at second base by Dan Merzel. Twins are looking. Joey Casey pouring over the film. There is no challenge. It's a fielder's choice, and now the go-ahead run is aboard, and Isbell's going to bat. Wow. Trying to cut down that lead runner, and Tolbert needed all of his considerable quicks to get back to second base. 2 on now.
Here's a bunt situation right here, and now Royce comes into play, as does Brooks Lee at third base.
Isbell tried to bunt in the second or the seventh. Caratini threw him out. Squares, pitches down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. And we've talked about this before, Danny. This is a spot where you want the third baseman to field the bunt, and yet how many times have we seen the bunt go to the first base side in this spot?
Yeah, this is a play here that you run, you practice it every day in spring training. Ideally, you want it to go to third base to evacuate the third baseman, Brooks Lee, so nobody would be there.
Because Arcia is lined up the middle behind the runner. Squares, takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
That's the pitch you want to bunt, the pitch down and away.
1 ball, 1 strike. That was a fastball. Took the splitter, took the fastball. It's 1-1. Lewis on the grass at first, Lee at third. Here comes Royce crashing. The bunt pushed towards Royce, picked up by Orsi, throws to first in time. Keishel on the receiving end, and the bunt is executed by Isbell. So 1-4 the put out. And now Tolbert is at third base. He's the tying run. Rojas is at second base. He's the go-ahead run. The hitter is Carter Jensen, who has provided the only run in the game for the Royals. Solo home run in the first.
Infield in, on the grass, got to cut this off, and you got speed at third base. It's a contact play.
First pitch, wide, 1 ball, no strikes. If ever you could come up with a strikeout, this would be the time.
And when you have speed like that at third base, Brooks Lee is about 2 feet off third base, so can't get really a good initial lead. He's going to rely on a secondary lead.
Pitch on the way. Swung on, hit high in the air, right field. Should be playable, should be plenty deep enough. Martin gets behind the ball, makes a strong throw back to the infield, to the plate, over the cutoff man. They keep the runner at second, but the game is tied at 2. So a sac fly for Carter Jensen. He's driven in both runs today.
You got to walk him.
2 outs now. Runner at second. Bobby Witt Jr. is the scheduled batter in a 2-2 game. Here comes Pete Mackey. Right-hander is up and throwing for the Royals. Danny, when you go back and look at this inning, Collins gets a hit. Okay, Tolbert runs for him. You know what he's there to do. He steals second.
First pitch.
It's the comebacker to Orsi where he didn't get an out on the play. Now, if he goes to first and he gets the out, is it different inning?
Yes.
And I would say yes, because already Tolbert's diving back to the bag when you looked at him, so he's not going to third yet. But they don't get the out at first. They don't get the out at second.
They get the out at first, one out runner at second. Now the danger is Tolbert trying to steal third base.
Steal third. You don't know how it's going to unravel.
And you can defend that.
But instead, sacrifice another sac fly, and we've got a tie game. Now the job of Orsi is to keep it a tie game, and then let Clemens, Bell, and Martin untie it in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Just curious on the conversation that they had. Are they going to really pitch to him or try to get him to chase? He's a bad ball hitter, too. He's just a flat-out good hitter.
He's their best guy. Now, I know Pasquantino can drive in some runs, but Bobby Witt Jr. is their best guy. He takes a strike. Infield hit for Witt in the third. 1 for 4 today. Pasquantino's hit the ball hard a couple of times. He's on deck as a lefty. Don't want to see him. 0-1, there's a strike. 0-2.
Good challenge. That's a good challenge.
Batter challenging the pitch.
He's going to win it.
Pitches the ball. Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
So it's 1-1 instead of 0-2 to Bobby Witt Jr. Infielders back again. It's Lee, Arcia, Keyshaw, and Lewis. Clemens, Kreidler, Martin, your outfield. Orsi's on the mound. And the pitch is swung on and hit towards short. Over the head of Orlando Arcia. The throw coming in from Clemens in left is up the line. The run's going to score. And surprise, surprise, the best player in the American League picks up an RBI single to give the Royals a 3-2 lead.
You don't pitch to him. Conversation with Pete Mackey, the pitching coach. First 2 pitches, Chris, fastballs away, and then he's got the changeup, and too good of a pitch there to Bobby Witt.
Witt ends up going to second on the backside on the throw. It's now 3-2 Royals. This place is library quiet, and Pasquantino takes a strike. It started with a single, then a stolen base by the pinch runner, then the lack of an out on the fielder's choice. Sac bunt, sac fly, and then Bobby Witt Jr. leads the American League in WAR, rips a single to left to drive in the go-ahead run. Now big swing and miss by Pasquantino, and the count is 0-2.
And Pasquantino has trouble with that pitch right there. And that's a bread and butter for Orsi.
Loves that split. So 0-2 to Pasquantino. Twins now work to do in the ninth. They're trailing 3-2, and the pitch is low, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Orlando Arcia, 2-out solo homer in the 8th. The Twins were riding high. Orsi tried to close it against the bottom of the order. Unable to get it done. And we'll see who the Royals turn to try to close it. We'll see if they get Lang up. He is up. He threw about 50 pitches in 2 days, didn't throw yesterday. And this ball hit high in the air to left field for Cody Clemens. Can of corn for Clemens. Pasquantino skies out to left, but Bobby Witt Jr. delivers the go-ahead run, as he has so many times before for the Kansas City Royals. It's a 3-2 Royals lead. Twins work to do in the home ninth on your home for Twins baseball.
Meshbesher & Spence has called Minnesota home for over 60 years. We know our state's legal system inside and out and know how to get you full and fair compensation. Meshbesher & Spence, Minnesota personal injury lawyers, Minnesotans trust. Go to meshbesher.com.
No outs, 2 on, and look who's coming to the glass, Andy.
Ken, we're in for a treat because Kemp's Protein Plus Milk is packing some serious power. 13 grams of protein per cup. We're talking a heavy hitter.
Plus 50% less sugar.
And it's from Kemp's, a farmer-owned brand with the creamy taste we love. That's an MVP, most valuable protein milk. What do you think, Ken? Hey, save a glass for me. Kemp's Protein Plus Milk. Kemp's, it's the cows.
Hey, Twins fans, Corey Provis here. For a truck with strength and dependability right off the bat, trust Chevy Silverado. This legendary pickup continues to fuel the American spirit through innovation and the unstoppable drive to move forward. When it comes to full-size capability, technology, and value, Silverado steps up and delivers every time. Your select Heartland Chevy dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota Twins baseball. Find current offers at a dealer near you at ChevyDealOnline.com.
Hey, why are you bowling wrapped in a blanket?
Oh, this? It's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the confidence I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
Okay, but what are you going to do about that 7-10 split?
I've got it covered.
Wrap yourself in the feeling of confidence. Learn more at Securian.com. Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
So Alex Lang saved the final game for the Royals in Cincinnati. He saved the first game here. Then he's on to try to save this one as the Royals got one in the first. They pick up 2 in the ninth. They lead it 3-2. It's going to be up to Clemens, Bell, and Martin to stave off defeat for Minnesota. Lang is 0-2. He has saved 2 in 2 tries. Thrown a lot of pitches the last couple of days, and his first pitch to Clemens, watch for a strike. Cody did not see him the other night. Tolbert stays in the game. He is in left field. Twins took a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th, gave 2 runs back in the top of the 9th. 0-1 pitch. Misses in, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 in for a strike. That's a changeup. Caratini got a lead single off of Lang on Thursday night. Gray flied out. Arcia then a fielder's choice. Buxton walked. Lee bounced out. And this ball hit into the right field corner, and that ball is off the wall. Got to be gathered in by Lane Thomas. Cody Clemens hustling for second. Slides in head first. He's safe at second base with a hustling double. Cody went down and got one. The Royals are thinking about challenging the play at second base. Bobby looking into the dugout at Matt Quatraro. The clock ticking down on this. Is there a challenge or not? And they will not challenge. It's going to be a double. Clemens, the tying run in scoring position. A 4th hit of the day for the Twins comes off the bat of Cody Clemens. And here's Josh Bell. Royals lead 3-2. Bell's sitting on 198 home runs. He has a hit in his last 8 starts, 0 for 3 today. First pitch to Bell, swung on a foul tipped, and the count is 0-1. That clipped Carter Jensen, the catcher, and he's in pain. Late and close again. Both of these teams play so many close games. The Royals are trying to avoid joining the Rockies and the Angels as the only 40 loss teams. They're also just 10-22 on the road this year, but they rallied 2 runs in the 9th inning to take this lead. Twins are trying to clinch a winning homestand, set themselves up for a winning stretch of 17 straight games. Ground ball up the first base line, 0-2. To do that, they're going to need to score at least 1 here to prolong it, or 2 to win it. Trailed 1-0 on a Carter Jensen leadoff homer from Joe Ryan to start the game. Tied it, a sac fly from Tristan Gray in the 5th. Arcia's home run gave him a brief lead in the 8th, then they gave it back. 0-2 to Bell is wide, 1-2. Twins now trailing 3-2 after pitching to Bobby Witt Jr. with the go-ahead run at second, 2 outs, and first base open. One ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. And that one bounces. Good job by Jensen. It's 2-2. Danny, the one thing you can't have here, you cannot have a strikeout. You've got to have, if you're Josh Bell, if you make an out here, you've got to make this out on the right side of the diamond and move that runner along. 2-2. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. One thing you can't have.
You got 2 opportunities here. You've got Martin Carantini due up next, and Lang, 2 saves this year with Kansas City. You know, he was the closer with the Detroit Tigers and closed out 26 games. So he's been in these situations before.
Martin, the hitter, he's 1 for 2 with a walk, and he takes a strike outside corner. Boy, that pitch just grazing the outer edge. No challenge. Was a strike. It's 0-1. Pasquantino's off the line. Guarding the 3-hole. Massey up the middle near Clemens. Pitch wide. 1-1. I mean, that's why it was so important to not strike out, to get Cody to third, because we've seen him spike a couple balls in the dirt. You could potentially tie the game on a pitch like that. Long hold, and the 1-1. Wide again, 2 balls and a strike. Caratini on deck. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. He lost the bat. It's 2-2. That was not a poke the ball to right field sort of swing from Austin Martin. Boy, he ripped through that sinker. Now it's 2-2. Cody Clemens, a leadoff double. He's the tying run at second base. 1 out after Bell whiffed. Now it's up to Austin Martin to play hero. Just need to keep the line moving as time is called. Crowd of better than 20,000 this afternoon in the afternoon sun. Another tight ball game here in the AL Central. A look back to Clemens in his dirty white uniform. Now the pitch home, and it's wide again, and the count is 3-2. Another one of those at-bats. It's a team at-bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on a foul. Tried to come up and in. Everything else had been away. And they came in on Martin, and he fouled it off. Full count to Austin Martin. 1 out in the 9th, and he takes a called strike 3. And Austin Martin will walk back to the dugout. A leadoff double and back-to-back strikeouts means that Cody Clemens is still standing on second base, and the Twins are down to their final out. Vic Caratini's the hitter. Caratini walked, doubled, struck out. Trying to chase Clemens home and tie this game. The pitch. Taken for a strike in the knees. It's 0-1. Bobby Witt Jr. kind of dancing around out in the grass behind second base. He'll have to move into the dirt before the pitch. Does so now. Here's the pitch. And that pitch is in, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Can Caratini do what Bell and Martin could not? Clemens looks behind him at Witt. Looks towards Rojas at third. Big lead. The pitch is down and in, and the count is 2-1. Royce Lewis is on deck. 3-2 in favor of the Royals.
Boy, how nice would it be to get Lewis to the plate first day back? Oh.
That would be the fairy tale.
Yep, that's the script I'm trying to write.
2 balls and a strike. Long pause, the pitch. And that's a strike called, and Vic's going to challenge it. He thought that was up and in, tried to bend out of the way.
Catcher's challenging, or batter's challenging the pitch.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Pitches a strike. Minnesota's out of challenges.
Minnesota's out of challenges, and they're down to their final strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Orlando Arcia's dramatic home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Twins coughed up 2 in the home 9th. Bobby Witt Jr.'s base hit right now stands as the difference. Clemens at second, the 2-2. And that one hit him. And Danny's script is about to be greenlit. So here's our situation. The tying run is at second base. That's Cody Clemens. The winning run is at first base in Victor Caratini, who will now be supplanted by Alex Jackson, who's quicker than Caratini. So the entire Twins bench, Dave Buxton, has been exhausted. Royce Lewis, in his first game back after just absolutely running roughshod over AAA pitching, is the hitter. Royce bounced out, walked, and then popped up weakly to the shortstop. His last Major League home run came back in April 24th. That was at Tropicana Field. His last big league game was May 17th. He's 2 for his last 20 in the big leagues. He has a flair for the dramatic, and he has an opportunity in front of him. First pitch. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat into the Twins dugout. The count's 0-1. All the reports coming out of St. Paul about the timing, the feel, the exit velocities. We know what the county numbers look like. They were video game numbers. Now we need a big league hit, and it could tie this game. Here it comes. Swung on a miss, swung through a slider. It's 0-2, and Royce and the Twins are down to their final strike again. Langus on 23 pitches. Clemens a tying run at second. Go-ahead run. In fact, the winning run is at first. The 0-2 bounces. 1-2. Clemens doubled. Bell struck out. Martin struck out looking. Caratini hit by a pitch. Jackson runs for Caratini. So Clemens and Jackson on the bases. Royce in the box. Can we get the fairy tale ending? The 1-2. Off the outside corner. They're going to challenge it. If the Royals win this challenge, the game is over.
The pitch.
They're not going to win it, though.
Pitches the ball. Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
2 balls and 2 strikes. If somehow this ball game continues, Keisha would bat next. Come on, Royce. Let's write that happy ending for all of Twins territory. 2-2. Looked out wide, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now the runners will be moving. So an added advantage for Clemens to try and score that tying run from second. This is the backyard scenario everybody dreams of as a little kid here on Play Ball Weekend. Down 1, 2 on. 2 out of the 9th. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Fouled right back towards us, and that is a foul ball, and still 3-2. About 5 different fans got a hand on it. Royce had a pretty good pass at that cutter. Let's do it again. Runners will be moving from first and second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. And it's taken for a called strike 3. And that's the ball game. The Twins do not have a challenge. It would not have mattered. Royce looks at strike 3, and the Twins will look back on this one as a game that got away as they lose 3-2 to the Kansas City Royals. The Royals avoid joining that 40 loss club with a 2-run rally in the top of the 9th, and the Twins fall by the final score of 3-2 here in one that I think they'll feel they should have stalked away. They fall to 30-36, fall to 3-3 in the homestand. Kansas City improves to 26-39. Royals win it 3-2 in disappointing fashion. send it downstairs for a preview of what's to come from a sure-to-be upbeat Mark Janowski.
Yeah, a lot of things you said, Chris, right there resonating with me in terms of a disappointing ending for this one for the Twins, and another one that they feel like got away from them. And there's been too many of that this year in this season of 2026 for the Minnesota Twins. We talk a lot about how they don't have a lot of room for errors. That margin's very small when it comes to making mistakes and not letting that hurt them. Well, when they have chances to win games, I think they've let a little too many of those slip away. Also, a reason why they find themselves 6 games here under 500. And more importantly, I think, is you look at games Joe Ryan has started. These are games that the Twins know they're going to have good chances to get W. Twins are now 7-7 in Joe's starts this season. I'm going to talk to Danny about that and more on the Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union post-game download. First, let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves right here in your home for Twins baseball. Yeah, so Dr. Gladden's going to make a house call down here in the studios, try to perk up everybody's spirits after this one. We'll have the highlights, going to circle the bases, and then get you set for the series finale, as unfortunately the Twins will not be able to claim a winning record in this gauntlet of 17 straight games, but hopefully they can close out this series and that stretch with a win tomorrow. First, let's go back upstairs to Chris with the totals.
All right, thank you very much, Gino. For every double play the Twins turn this season, the Innovative will donate $100 to Fight Like a Ninja at the end of the season. That's for every double play the Twins turn in 2026. That's courtesy of Innovative. No double plays. And this one had a shot at one back in the 4th inning, but threw the ball away, though that error did not end up costing them. Lack of offense ended up costing them, as the Twins muster only 4 hits in this ball game. And obviously Bobby Witt Jr. ended up costing them as well, as he gets the game-winning hit. Royals with 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 9 runners left on base. Bobby Witt Jr. with the game-winning base hit as he knocked home Josh Rojas from second base in the 9th inning with 2 outs. That was the difference. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Twins, 1 error, 5 left. Orlando Arcia's dramatic 2-out home run in the 8th gave them a 2-1 lead, but they could not hold it against the bottom of the Royals' order. Matt Strom ends up the winner. He's now 3-1. The save for Alex Lang. He has saved all 3 of his opportunities and thrown about 75 pitches in the last 4 days to do so. The loss goes to Eric Orsi. Blown save for Orsi, his 3rd blown save, and he falls to 2-2 with defeat. The Twins fall to 30-36, 3-3 on this homestand. Just treading water. Kansas City is 26-39, as they have earned at least a split of this series, and they avoid again joining the 40-loss club, and they are now 11-22 on the road. No longer the worst road team in Major League Baseball. 2 hours, 43 minutes to play. 20,555 here paid attendance in the sunshine of Target Field this afternoon. Well, tomorrow we're going to get underway at noon. Inside Twins will feature our own John Vitas chatting with bench coach Mark Hallberg, who just might be the most interesting man in baseball. At 12:30, it's our pregame lineup card. Dan Gladden, who also vies for that title, will be chatting with Josh Willingham behind the batting cage. And then we've got baseball with a couple of young left-handers. Lefty Connor Prelip, 2-3 with a 5.26. He's been much better at home than on the road. He'll face left-hander Noah Cameron, 2-4 with a 4.22 earned run average. Again, first pitch right around 1:10 on a Sunday fun day, as they call it here at Target Field tomorrow. That'll do it for us upstairs. A lot to dissect from a 3-2 Twins loss. A very bitter and disappointing 3-2 Twins loss. All that will be done on the post-game download with Gino and Danny. That starts now on your home for Twins baseball.